सेव नहीं कर, मैंने स्ट्रीम चालू करते पट्टीली में। लेट्स फकिंग गो, वी आर लाइव गाइस, वॉच पार्टी बोलते।
तेरे को कॉपीराइट नहीं लगता क्या?
कल वाले में तो नहीं लगा था, उस जब पहली बार किया था तभी लगा था।
क्या आता है? क्लेम आता है क्या?
हाँ,
स्ट्राइक आती है?
क्लेम आती है, क्लेम
हाँ,
आता है।
क्लेम में तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है।
आसपास है। बावला लेके है, बावला लेके है।
बस
विक्टर भाई, सब बावला लेके आते के लोग।
वो कुछ लकी चार्म रहता है ना कुछ।
रोसी भी अपना यूनिकॉर्न लेके आएगा फिर तो। सब बावला लेके आ रहे, एक नहीं सब लेके आ रहा हो बावला, और जमा कर दे एक साथ।
वो तो अपने पास ही रखते हैं।
हाँ मतलब वो पहले भी वो एक टेबल पे रखेगा सब, वो अभी क्या मालूम कैसा लगता है। आड़िस आड़िस भी मेरे को पसंद है भाई, सेक्सी बन खेलता है बंदा, सेक्सी बे। आड़िस बोलते हैं। चित सिंह भी बहुत छाप रहा है भाई, एफएनएस के पीछे पीछे घूम घूम के।
मेहनत तो उसकी भी है ही ना,
हाँ है
लेकिन
भाई, बंदे में है, मेहनत तो है। ये बावला फेंक दिया उसने। एक केयूर,
हाँ
हर राउंड के बाद टिल्ड करना अलाउड है? खड़ा रह के ऐसा सब वो करते थे, हरकतें करते, वो अलाउड है अभी?
हाँ, वो तो अलग है, उसमें कुछ नहीं है।
मेरा भाई बोल रहा था उस दिन, कल इसको फाइन पड़ा, किसको फाइन पड़ा रे? स्टैक्स को फाइन पड़ा कल, ऐसा कुछ सुनाई दिया।
मैंने नहीं पढ़ा ऐसा कुछ।
क्यों बाय बाय कर रहा था ना वो लोग को, ऐसा कुछ तो ये कर रहा
नहीं
था,
नहीं,
चिढ़ा
वो
रहा
तो भाई वो तो खत्म होने के बाद किया उसने तो।
था।
मतलब पूरा जीत गए फिर बाद में किया था, उसमें क्या है? वो तो वो वैनिटी भी कर ही रहा था ना पेपर एक्स वाले को।
हाँ वही तो बोल रहा हूँ।
नहीं नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है।
और इन गेम मतलब हर राउंड का टिल्ड करना अलाउड है कि नहीं अलाउड है वो सब?
अभी नॉर्मल चलता है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है।
अच्छा। हु, 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 हु। सड़का सड़का सड़काला सड़का।
ये लोग के वो प्लेयर भी अच्छा था, पैन काढ़ा।
हाँ उधर गया ना सेंटिनल्स में, पैनकड़ा और सैसी। पैनकड़ा भी
पैन
मस्त
काढ़ा
क्लच
भाई,
कर रहा
पैन
है
काढ़ा
मतलब।
कड़क प्लेयर है भाई,
बहुत
कड़क
बहुत
मतलब बहुत
सेक्सी
कड़क
प्लेयर है,
प्लेयर है
एक
वो।
नंबर।
क्लच करके ही दिखाता है।
इसके उधर गया क्या?
हेवन चल, अच्छा हेवन चला गया।
स्प्लिटर
एनर्जी
स्प्लिटर।
वाले एसेंट ही निकाल देते हैं हर बार।
कैन वी हैव लोटस?
लोटस लेती तो एनर्जी ले लेती, स्प्लिट क्यों लिया आज?
पल बेबी भाई, हाँ इनका पल अच्छा है ना लाउड का।
ये तो चालू भी हो गया देख।
हाँ सब, अरे वो सब सबसे पहले चालू होता है। आइस बॉक्स। फ्रैक्चर
ये
आ
तो
रहा है,
थोड़ा डिले, हाँ
फ्रैक्चर आ रहा
डिले
है,
होगा ना।
फ्रैक्चर आ रहा
I
है,
think in practice, NRG are going to have their hands full here.
फ्रैक्चर आ
What's
रहा
the
है,
decider
फ्रैक्चर आ
matchup
रहा है,
been?
बोला
Okay,
फ्रैक्चर आ रहा है।
Loud decide not to try and prey on NRG's weak-looking Lotus, and instead, the decider map here is going to be Fracture. That's another double duelist map. And NRG haven't played any of these maps so far in the tournament. Yeah. So you have no idea what comp they're going to play. And like I said,
फ्रैक्चर
Samak knows roughly the
भाई,
team's style, but doesn't know the comps, doesn't know anything about NRG here.
ये लाउड में आईजीएल कौन है अभी?
बीच में जो बैठ रहेगा वही रहता है ना शायद, मेरे हिसाब से आईजीएल।
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है।
हाँ मेरे हिसाब से इसके
नहीं
लिए
नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है।
और मेरे को जब तक पता है कि मैंने सब आईजीएल को बीच में बैठते ही देखा है, इसके लिए सब
मालूम
बीच
नहीं।
में बैठे मेरे हिसाब से।
ओ भाई, सॉन्ग विद रेस, सॉन्ग भाई नहीं लेगा,
प्रेडिक्शन है, प्रेडिक्शन है,
रेस नहीं लेगा।
प्रेडिक्शन है।
सॉन्ग की रेस बहुत बढ़िया है बे।
वाइपर भी खेलता है वो,
वो
एफएनएस विद
स्मोकर ही
वाइपर।
खेलेगा। स्मोकर ही खेलेगा वो.
Yeah, so they're playing the double controller setup.
Victor आया है
Artis on KO. So it's not too crazy, but Crashy's definitely finding
Double
a new role.
controller.
He's not normally a sight anchor, although he did it a bit on Breeze.
भाई सॉम की ये रेस बहुत अच्छी है भाई यार.
क्या बोल रहा है?
ये सॉम की रेस बहुत अच्छी है ऐसा.
अरे पर वो गेम क्या कर तू वीडियो और
मालूम है कोई
फर्क होता है ना
कंट्रोलर
ये।
खेल. हाँ नहीं ऐसे वो टूर्नामेंट में भी खेलता था, ऐसा नहीं है. टूर्नामेंट में भी खेलता था वो. अरे लेकिन कोई कंट्रोलर
L for losers
कोई कंट्रोलर खेलने वाला नहीं है ना, इसलिए फिर.
भाई वो लोग का फैन भी पूरा ब्राजील में तो भाई पूरा पब्लिक आके खड़ा रह जाता है भाई वो मैच के लिए.
आज
लाउड
पूरा
का मैच है पूरा
लाउड
पब्लिक खड़ा रहता है साला.
आज पूरा लाउड होगा.
एमी भाई है कि नहीं क्राउड कंट्रोलर? आज भी आ रहेगा.
आया तो रहेगा ही ना.
आज किसको सपोर्ट कर रहा है क्या मालूम. डीएनएक्स के लिए तो बाद में आएगा सपोर्ट करने के लिए, इसके बाद वाला मैच है. Let's go.
What are we looking out for here?
आवाज सुनने
I'm
का.
looking out for what NRG have prepped here. We talk about NRG being such a heavy-oriented prep team. Actually, early on here, thought that thought for a moment. Artis spotted 4, and now no secrets on the way through to heaven.
No, NRG looking to silence this crowd who are boisterous today. Artist under a lot of scrutiny early on, but actually keeps his composure, keeps his cool. Loud have a decent amount of space though, taking over towards heaven. They will be challenged here, and he has lost down. Salah doing well in the crowd, certainly happy about it. But they haven't broken through towards the site, and you can already see the rest of the map is starting to look heavier and heavier cleared by NRG.
This space clearance is insane by Loud. They've almost read this ropes rotation. Might be able to isolate Som here. It's got to be less to find it though. Can Som slip away? He's found it!
Beautiful. This should be indicative that this B site is now under pressure. Spikes can be planted, but again, Som quite close by. Not going to give up too much space. Should allow for a retake to come into effect. Time now.
Sadak has to hold the fort.
Oh,
That's the timing on the reload is absolutely insane.
3v3 now. Tui's holding towards CT as well. This is nice positioning from them. Really taking over one space of the map, but they have left heaven open now for potentially this build back in from Victor, but deep angles to clear and limited time.
They're going to make his way down towards hell here. Finesse. Still trying to hold on here. Actually, the smoke's going to provide a little cover, but the aggression should come back through heaven.
This is really nice. So they're putting the pressure on. They're trying to make this work. And Finesse is down. First strike for Loud here. Pistol's theirs.
And a massive contrast here, even in the pistol round. Look at how active Loud are around the entire map throughout here. Artis finds that opening kill, but he's almost boxed in. He's forced to stay on rafters there. Obviously, the two members of NRG committed towards site. They can't do anything. The rotation doesn't come through CT. It's a push through mid on the other side of the map. Som luckily picking up that kill onto less. Like you said, it should be the green light basically for NRG to find that rotation, but Loud able to close out. Even in the post-farm, look at them. They're drifting all the way back through spawn, clearing all this space. Nobody's tucked into a crossfire.
Loud should walk away with this round. We do have classics on one frenzy for NRG. Nice positioning from Artis, but checked on very diligently. Aspas making no mistakes here. Does eventually fall to FNS, who was waiting with that classic, but still, 4 players alive allowed, and that weapon has been thrown back into the hands of the new blood here. So, let's see where they decide to go. NRG still trying to play these corners, but the utility here from Loud should be very telling.
Som not going to be able to do much to stop this. And 2 members of NRG still over towards A site, at least considering the rotation now. And with the audio cue here from Som, the plants coming through.
I will say though, this does become a little bit more arena Valorant, something I haven't really talked too much about in previous events, because the crowd has certainly not been like this. You can feel it in your bones in this arena. Things may look a little different out here now, but as it stands, NRG have recovered the Spectre. I thought that did actually got filtered back in, but no, not at all. Not too clean here. Already losing on 2, but any more would be quite surprising. Crashies may decide to dip away here.
Going to try and catch an exit maybe outside B main. It does have the Spectre in hand. Doesn't necessarily want to hold on to this by any means. And yeah, Loud actually going to exit through spawn here. Of course, Crashes to give it up to the spike.
कम
will
कर
find their second. 3
That's an
survive.
There we
See
go.
with the Bulldog in hand as well.
कम कर रिस्क लगा को लग रहा है कि आवाज
Curious to see, and again, just to come back to the compositions, talking about obviously NRG being a prep-heavy team, and on my side, really, it comes towards what NRG can achieve on the defensive side. This comp is kind of one-dimensional, right? It's kind of focused around aggression, obviously isolating these kills early on, but the late round becomes very weak for Loud if they're not rewarded.
They should be hyper aware of this. I want to see how that develops throughout this game. Now we see the buyback in, and of course Loud riding this bonus through. Still got a Bulldog to bring into effect. First contact made, picked up, lovely work, good trade. Now Heaven's open, but look at the extremity. A fight happens, but Loud still making this hyper competitive somehow. Scrappy in this, and Aspas does get himself the rifle 2Es as well.
Two separate one-for-ones there. Be a little problematic here for Loud with less disconnected, but should be able to give Aspas some support. NRG are looking to creep through this smoke and spawn though. They waiting for a flash from Ardis?
Sure
No flash left actually.
Yeah, what would be the go signal? We're just waiting on it to fade at this point. Spike is down. Ardis beginning to clear towards Heaven. Actually does catch one of the players with that knife, so Aspas going to be filtering back through, looking to try and support, and it's a shot and a half. Huge impact hit, and Crash is now a 1v2. Brutal. Out of the bonus, Loud. Turning the screws here, and Crashies knows this time is dwindling, and it is a crossfire. If he gets one, it would be a miracle here. 3 now for Loud. NRG need to make their response and make it fast.
Yeah, huge conversion for Loud here in the third. See if NRG will throw maybe a couple of stingers at this. No real ultimates to work with just yet. Loud actually not even. Yeah, there's online. Actually, this round it looks a little strange in my eyes for NRG to be taking 2 separate kind of one-for-ones there. You know that Loud are going to be stacked up. They're going to look to try and convert these SMGs. I said this comp is built around isolating that opening engagement, and NRG give them 2 separate opportunities to achieve that.
As it stands, NRG not really finding the impact they wanted here. Slow start, yes, we've known that in the past from them. Always able to turn a game around, or never losing twice was the classic from last year that we talk about. But here, Loud really do get the perfect start. Valentin opening the site, and Som going should be the green light here. Yes, they're trying to filter through from Heaven, but look at what they're working with. Those stingers really unable to close the gap, and Loud striding through the round. No issues so far. With Crashies and Ardis looking to try and be disruptive as possible, but zero chances being offered. Loud looking really robust. Aspas, yes, will take a bit of damage, but caught in the end by Crashies. But again, Crashies would need something beyond his means. Loud looking good to the fourth. I want to see that buyback here for NRG because this could spiral now.
Yeah, going through the motions here. NRG unable to really put up too much of a fight with this weapon diff. Beautiful opener from Cowan Zine though. Ultimate's just about coming online for Loud. The Cosmic Divide, the Seekers, the Blade Storm to work with here. Cosmic Divide on the other side of things, but one of the key ultimates missing here for a crucial buy round for NRG to stop this early momentum, Lauren.
Yeah, some on Operator too.
Ooh, okay.
See how that looks. I'm down to find out.
We're watching Nevera VODs.
Yeah, apparently so, but Ardis unable to even see, just knew the right place and the right time and sprayed and hoped for it. Flash finds nothing, but Crashies is on the site, so Aspas has his work cut out here. Cowanzine with him. Stunning shot. Crashies deleted, and the site's now open and available. The Divide's going to keep them more than safe for this plant. And 4 players in the post plant with that Operator in play for Som. Going to be tricky to bring this into effect.
You have a Cosmic Divide to invest here. If they choose to.
Does Les get isolated? They're worried here. Actually falls away and finds a touch of safety, but yeah, he's cooked. What? Les! Victor fortunately will find it with the satchel, but it is still a 3v2. I still want to see them try and get towards this side. They know there's still going to be 1 player on site. It's Cowanzine.
What is that shot?
The rocket comes through, but now just one. Aspas falls to the knees. And Som going to make it there just about in time.
I don't think he's got it. I don't think he's got it. It's going to be so
Mike,
close.
It's so close here. Oh! Som lucky as you like, and the boos ring out. They don't like what they're seeing here, but NRG finally stopping the flood.
I mean, it was so late in the day for that to come through. It's on the back of Victor actually picking up the 2K. The showstopper comes online, and that's the difference maker with these 2 kills, Lauren.
And even that shot from County, I mean,
What
bloody
is
hell.
that?
Som.
Yeah, not even close, right?
Yeah, no sweat, no sweat. Well, the operator stays into play still with Som, and we're looking on the outside too. He's going to start running that as well.
Very interesting face-off here with the operators. The 2 Spectres to round out the purchase for NRG. Loud with the upper hand in that regard. Artist being rewarded a number of times here from this position.
If he finds a way to maybe capitalize further than this, he would become such a monster to handle in this position. Generally has been found afterwards. This time succeeds again. Yes, down low, but causing such a problem towards ramp. And considering he's kind of alone on this, that could have been an issue. Yes, now he's got support from the side, but the breakthrough in middle is happening. FNS, it's a whole lot of trouble coming his way, and Loud have won out in middle. Where do they want to go? The A site, they probably noted on that utility, but the spike is a mile away, deep over towards sewers.
Yeah, they actually can't collapse onto a site on the back of this. They do equalize in terms of head count here. Artist tagged down to 16 HP. That could be the difference maker here. Kawanzin, did he spot him? Yeah, he did. He gets pinged out on the map. So Som has to reposition here. Artist slowly creeping this direction. Does have his ultimate, so can actually rip away the showstopper, and he does just that.
Oh my word, he's been denied! He's just absolutely denied! NRG just stopping them in their tracks. Counting can do nothing about this! Surrounded NRG, what a round at the end!
A beautiful ultimate from Artist there, just to shut down that explosion through heaven. NRG find their second.
Found their footing, finally.
Yeah. Curious here how the purchase will sit. Loud on the back of that. This is the thing, 16 HP still able to have a huge impact on that round with the ultimate.
Yeah.
And this was with Som being noted on the Trailblazer as well, so you know full well Sadak's going to hunt down that kill.
Still a buy in hand for Loud here, so they're going to be able to get those rifles up, but you did just hear the ult going through, and that's invested towards middle from NRG. Deciding they want that under wraps, it has been a key point for Loud to try and explore, potentially late round as well, but a heavy lean towards B here, maybe looking to explore what that B site actually looks like a little earlier in this, but on the other side, of course, Som waiting ice trained on this. Has been good for it so far.
I was going to say, he's got to be careful that he doesn't get isolated here on backside. As if the Trailblazer
He's calling for
trying to spot him out, so he can't hold this angle.
No, but he's got a second chance at life here, and Victor, wonderful timing to come over as the 1-2 punch. Aspas, he needs a frag here, and he's just not getting it. Victor playing the time well, Som not relinquishing the angle either. This could be deadly though. Gap closed, and Loud move in. Sights there's waving that Brazilian banner, and now the spikes will be planted. This is hard work for NRG, but that ult could help.
Absolutely can, but the plant is good for main. So Loud can reset on this. Look at the lurk from Les. Can he destroy the lockdown?
It's getting so tense here, the timing's everything, and he's absolutely done what is needed. It's game back on now. Where's that next pressure point build from here? Aspas! Oh my god, he's got one! Takes out FNS, the underhand flash should have blinded, but still gonna find the frag. It's just Crash, he's alive. 3 players surrounding him, 1 up top, 2 to the right, 20 HP. The crowd getting louder. How does he do anything in this?
And the reads here from Loud, totally on point. On the other side of things for NRG, I got to say, a little behind that. They know that these hits are going to be invested. With this composition in particular, there's 3 separate bits of utility spotted here, and there's just not enough support for sight. Loud just overwhelmed this setup, and it's such a huge indicator that that Viper spit in mid is still up. They know that they can basically eliminate a body from any engagement that they take.
Yeah. And that's so indicative of how quickly and how well they collapsed towards that backside of pillar there, just taking away the 2 players who were able to be present. Now shattering the economy of NRG, it puts them back down to pistols, and I think there's a stinger in play, yeah. But that's about it. Let's see what Loud can do to keep it clean. Seeing them a little bit more postured up, a little bit deeper on ramp finally. Artist traditionally sitting a little bit back further by rafters. Let's have Crashies playing the closer angle. Aspas seems aware of the possibility. Let's be cautious on this. A little bit of a gap. Couldn't bring it down, but Les, the hero to save Aspas there, bails him out from any sort of tomfoolery that could have happened. and just slowly chipping away at this ramp hold, pulling rotations now. They're going through the motions well here.
Indeed. Almost some awareness that Artis is set up for this position deep on ramp. Once again, the read absolutely on point from Loud here.
Yeah, it's so good.
Look at the minimap right now.
I think there's so much on B. I'm looking at there's still a player on that B side, still trying to do something. His 2E's just maybe showing a little, keeping them there a little bit longer than they'd like. That could be a big lurk coming in, but Artis tries to find a moment to strike, and it's not going to happen. Less doing wonderfully this round. Aspas as well, clean work. Again, this was just a small investment from NRG. This wasn't a huge purchase. And 2Easy's lurk is wonderful. Lovely positioning, not going to allow FNS any room to breathe. Loud, 5 alive, a Prime Gaming flawless.
And this is beautiful as well. With Les being so active in some of these rounds on that lurk, what do they show towards A? It's an operator and it's Les. So they're almost reading this is where they're going to drift away from. They actually lean heavily towards stacking that B site, anticipating that hit coming through.
You can hear the crowd, it's because of the NRG timeout. Booing. First time, yes, we talk about NRG being a little bit villainous at times, but certainly now having the crowd kind of really signifying that is quite something to hear. But now in the timeout, Chet's got the opportunity with FNS to maybe have some conversations of how they want to approach the rest of this half.
Absolutely. I'm wondering if this is the point where we do see a huge overhaul of how NRG are approaching this defense. Obviously, we talk about this time and time again. They don't have the benefit of the economy to pull back on here. These rounds become so precarious here. We're coming into round 9. We're at a 4-round deficit here for NRG. They have to make something work here.
Yeah, the buys are so sporadic at this point, at least the full purchases. You look at the money starting to swell behind Loud. You've got 5K, 6K, 4, sitting really quite comfortably. Still have that ult as well from Les. A couple of things to now bring in here. So this is a big timeout for NRG. They need to come up with something that's going to break this game back in potentially even their favor.
Take a lot for NRG. Loud really building momentum here. Victor getting closer and closer to that showstopper, but talked about it a couple of times. NRG just haven't had the benefit of ultimates in some of these key rounds. That first buy round. Yes. Curious, there's not been I mean, other than Artis drifting over, maybe a little aggression towards B main. Maybe going to try and dig out this lurk, but Loud is just going to try and sell a bit of a fake early on. Now they have the benefit of having shown that some of these hits are invested. It's 4 or 5 people behind it. They just want to plant the seeds of doubt. Now the benefit being NRG actually have some utility to confirm that it is a fake AWP. There's confirmation without it being triggered that nobody's made their way up towards heaven.
Yeah, you can see that there's still some consideration from Artis having to come back around, but you're right. That's very telling though. Som needs to be on red alert now. He's got the entirety of Loud coming his way. Tries to make a quick escape back towards Pillar, but we saw that overwhelm before. Needs to make a better hold of this one, and Sadak the first man forward, it looks like. Smoke's going in and away they go. Sadak and Aspas in unison. Som towards the back of the site, still holding his nerve. The site is looking like it's under Loud control, but look at what Som's got. Still an opportunity here to do some more damage. The pre-fire, he's still standing. He's still finding some kills here. But it's 3 against 2, and the spike's going down. Crashies trying to lean a little earlier on this, but they're still so aware. Aspas unrelenting in this, leaving just FNS. Allowed right out of the back of the timeout from NRG, stamping their authority back into this game. The 7th seeming so likely now.
Now just showing no respect to this operator as well. 2E's to close things out. That's another example. We're talking about being overwhelmed. Loud are so quick to react. They spot that it's Som. He's been playing an operator and they just look to overwhelm. And once again, he's a timing in his rotation. The fact that Loud are able to come through for Som so deep on the backside, deny any of these angles, means that they can pick up this pressure towards heaven. They know that Som can't anchor both heaven and main. So all they do is they pick up all of those kills in rotation so quickly.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if they continue to try and commit behind this switch up here. Already seeing Crashies maybe looking to try and stamp some sort of control towards that B side, but again, this is with Stingers, so as it stands, they should be comfortable towards A. Come around, Som is here. You have FNS as well. And Artis over towards those ropes, but Loud already taken over. Perfect beginnings towards round. Artis is going to take a boatload of damage. Actually lucky to still be standing on that. What a shot. That's less gone. Left finesse, keeps his cool, but he gets outdone. 180 and slapped back. A handprint left on the face. As the plant once again will be in, and Loud look unstoppable now.
Yeah, there's very little NRG can get done in some of these rounds. Even through fault of their own. Loud just embracing this double duelist composition. Commitment behind every piece of utility.
Nothing going to waste.
No, just throwing bodies on the line together.
Very impressive to watch.
Maybe at this point the exits don't matter. Just don't want to feed across some ultimates here.
Yeah. Victor only one away from his. Crash is not super far away, but Aspas light work towards Ardis. So we'll be seeing them trying to build towards, just noting these players too. He's farming now. Some of these young guns starting to feel really good on this stage, it looks like.
6-round difference here. The bye comes through around 11. Makes it very difficult if NRG don't win this. We're staring down potentially a 10-2 half here.
Yeah.
But some of these gunfights that should, or they look like they should go in favor of NRG, just don't.
There is something behind this Loud team right now. You could argue, is it an upgrade, was it a downgrade? It's too early to tell us some of these player changes. In my mind, they are absolutely worth their weight in gold currently. Double stack towards Ramflo. A different look here. Crashies, F&S on the case. Oh, but Sadak, nothing could go wrong for this man. Just, oh my God, he got another. Crashies, decimated.
It's all a fake. It's the same fake as a couple of rounds ago now.
Oh,
Som gonna have his hands full on B.
Som, he's overwhelmed, Loud. They are striding through this game. Confidence sky high, plant once again in. And I'm looking for that late lurk as well, coming through Kawanzine. The positioning could be deadly. If he even needs it. Ardis and Victor trying to work through from heaven now, but the ult's in place.
Seal the deal on this site and the round potentially as well, unless Ardis and Victor can get anything done here. Information off the boom bot. But actually the stun comes through. That's going to slow Ardis down a little bit.
The time is dwindling and he's just thriving! Loud making it up to 9. NRG are folding under this pressure.
Buckling. Som once again just overwhelmed. He's left as this anchor again.
There's only so much he can do.
Absolutely. And Laula just so good. NRG are trying to react so quickly to some of this pressure coming through, but even halfway through that, I think at the first point of contact, Lauda already rotating away from this. Throw a little bit of utility out. NRG unfortunately hitting the panic button. Just think these rash decisions, they come through when they don't have the benefit of the finances. They've had no comfort whatsoever in this half, Lauren.
No, they haven't. Loud wanting those double digits on that first half attempt here. NRG exploring towards A, but there is a deep hold here. It is less. Is this another read? This feels like it's been reading the NRG book, but Som has found value. Finally, a little bit of reprise after what has been a brutal half for him on the B side. Massive from Crashies. This is the switch up that we saw coming out in one of those kind of stinger rounds, now finding value here in the buy.
What a combo, even with the snake bite on top. Look at this lurk though. I'll say the flank actually coming through from Victor. He's outside B main right now. Did retrieve that rifle.
Nice.
Oh, unaware that Som could have been on the site. Good trades in Aspas. Venomous in heaven. 2v3, Kawanzine and Aspas. Oh my word, Som's just around the corner. The smoke drops, and Victor's there. And now Aspas, let's see what you got. Hometown hero, anything to be done? No. Clutching in the final round here. NRG holding on to a potential.
रुक जाएगा कि नहीं रुक रहा गेम? रुका रहे नहीं वो लोग? 30 सेकंड में रुकता है ऐसा? मैं बोल रहा हूँ रे. नहीं रुका रहे रे देख. तो फिर टाइमर पीछे 30 सेकंड करते हो लोग, सेट होता है. अब भी रुका. अबे तो 30 सेकंड के नीचे क्या ना, मैं ऐसा बोल रहा हूँ मेरा मन. और ऐसे टाइमर 30 सेकंड से चालू होता ना सेकंड हाफ के बाद, तो वो लोगों ने सेट करके रखा है वैसा. ओके हाँ नहीं वो सेट सेट करते रहेंगे ना. तेरे को मालूम है CS अपन 1.6 खेलने का, तेरे को मालूम है तेरे को 1.6? तू CS 1.6 का लैन खेलेगा अभी, मतलब लैन 10 मैन, तो उसमें कैसा रहने का मालूम है तेरे को? ये रहने का, रिस्टार्ट कर सकता तू सर्वर, समझा? सब लोग रिस्पॉन होते हैं एक ही जगह पे, समझा तेरे को? हाँ ये अच्छा था. इधर शॉर्ट ही रहता ना तो उसको भी मार देता. आसपास सड़क, आसपास सड़क, आसपास सड़क, तू तेरा देख मेरा देख देख से देख, दोनों आई जल्दी कर देख रहे. मैंने ऑलमोस्ट को देखा है और वो ही बोलता है देख हर बार कभी भी देख टाइम आउट में देखने जाएगा. मैंने बहुत देखा है इसके लिए. कभी कभार लोग ऊपर नीचे बाजू में बैठता है आईजीएल, पर मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम. डीआरएक्स का कौन है? स्टैक्स है डीआरएक्स का, तो वो बीच बीच में नहीं बैठता, बोलो बीच में था.
Some of these missed positions and how aggressive did Loud go on the defensive side here.
Well, it's an all-in coming out from NRG, but Aspas with a quick execution wanted more. Doesn't get it, but Sadak quickly swings. Lovely work between the two. NRG, though, still finding some value towards this site. Oh, Artis!
The fadeaway.
Nasty shot. Nasty as hell. But Som is the walking wounded here. Barely breathing at 4 HP. Come off it! What is that frenzy?
There's no trade. FNS is tucked in.
Oh my god, this is...
He wants to bank on this position, Lauren.
This is... It's so all in. Do they check on this? Tui's the young player himself, so much pressure on this one-man shoulders. He does come through from heaven. How meticulously do they clear? It's all on one. It drops down, Tui's! All too aware, 26 HP against the 4! And the new Brazilian blood doing wonders for Loud. That's double digits starting out in the second half.
The Red Bull clutch in the pistol to get Loud to double digits. Even there, so many positives on the way in. NRG playing effective trades. That's where things stop here. I mean, less is 40 HP. Maybe that was just lost in the communication there. But it puts Som in such an awful position.
Yeah.
NRG throwing back in this one. SMGs, they're going to try and deathball back onto A site.
Just feels like a swan song though. Kawanzine back by Pillar, up towards heaven. You got Aspas, you got Less. Where is the difference going to come from? Right there, Victor. Good start. FNS, he does convert the frag though. Did get a trade for Aspas, so not out of the woods just yet, NRG. But they are clinging on to this round. Aspas, he's falling up towards Crashies. And again, Loud are just demolishing NRG. This is the best opportunity they've had in a moment's time. This is going to be 11 Artists. You need something out of this world and it ain't going to happen. Tui's tying up this round, putting a bow on it. Sadak thriving in this. He knows he's got him on the ropes here at 11.
And similar to the first half, Loud happy to fight fire with fire. They scramble this rotation and it's absolute commitment behind it. Everybody happy to commit to this engagement. What a clearance as well from Aspas.
NRG,
again, this is basically one opportunity.
Yeah, F4 gap.
They are looking quite shattered right now, really. This is their map choice too. What a scary factor here. Where you felt most comfortable.
And the problem being with this scoreline, we're not seeing some of the things we alluded towards NRG being that prep-heavy team, having some real opportunities to anti-strat Loud. We just haven't had a chance to see it. We kept using this word overwhelm in the first half. That's all it felt like. Every Loud approach was looking to just pressure one person. Unfortunately, Som had the rough end of that in the first half a number of times.
And again, keep this in mind for NRG. He's currently top of the board, so he did the best he could with it.
He went down swinging.
Yeah, he did. Brutality throughout this game. Loud at 11 already. And NRG, I don't know what options you really have here. Try and temper the pace. Loud look unstoppable so far.
They're toying with the purchase here. Again, we can obviously see the purchase on the other side. Loud still carrying SMGs into this, so it's as good as an equal fight as you're going to get here in round 15 at an 11-3 scoreline.
El Clasico getting to have the beauty of a home crowd. They're certainly making a difference for Loud here. However, we go back in, and NRG have bought what they can. Potentially the dying breaths here in this map. Spas, be careful, Som is waiting.
Some on the rope here. Well, Aspas is going to commit to this here. Showing the strength. There's a spike there in Som's hands. FNS finally making his way across. NRG trying to pump a little bit of pressure towards mid. Maybe keep Sadak and Less in position, but the timing of the flash here. Going to confirm presence once again outside 8.
Aspas.
No dash here for Aspas though.
Cowanzine and Aspas waiting here for players on the other side. Contact made. Aspas, the perfect flash. It's 1 and it's 2. Aspas slicing through NRG. And their hopes being left in tatters now. Artist still trying to fight the fight for NRG. And they're biting on this. Does the spike go back through? Yes, it does. Artist immovable until then. Less catching him in the heels, and now where does that spike go?
30 seconds
Crashes
left.
has slipped the net a little bit here.
But he has to find value. He can't
Yeah.
put it all up to Som. He can't just hold this.
Problem being Cowanzine's a little disconnected. That might be the difference maker with Crashies slipping into spawn.
He won't even be able to clear Cowanzine here. Absolutely no way. And the time now is the biggest enemy to NRG. Crashies, he may be able to take down one.
It's done.
But the time is all but over. 3 seconds. He can just watch the clock rot. It's going to be 12. Loud running through NRG currently. The closest attempt we've seen so far. But the economy is going to be absolutely tatty from start to finish here for NRG. Full purchase could be had now for Loud, maybe missing some pieces. But they have been just going from strength to strength here, Mike.
And it's another round for Cowanzine and Aspas. This, again, I was talking the other day about Cowanzine being the second layer to some of these plays. They're just such a solid duo to put in a position like this where they can just take a scrappy little engagement, dip out, and it just creates a disadvantage for NRG. The other thing as well, you look at the mini-map back in that round, as soon as Artist gets that kill, they send 3 people barreling towards him.
Oh, Sadak unleashing. And well, didn't go to plan.
Is that a trade?
Hey, you know what, we'll call it that. And well, we'll call this round done, because Tui's has got 3 off of the hat trick, doesn't get the 4th, and Crashies. Have you got it in you? You got 1 minute to play with here. Has the spike. Has a couple more seconds of safety, but those are dwindling now. What can he make of this? The flash.
Go next. एक को मारता शायद खराब लगा बे खराब लगा क्या बंद करो फेस कैम चलते रहे 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 लाउड का फैंस बेस अलग है भाई हाँ तो अगला जीते भी थे बाद में याद है लाइन में 2 तो मतलब सेम है देख, अपना वही चैनल है एनर्जी। कितना वॉचिंग है? 1 लाख प्लस? अभी बढ़ेगा ये भाई, है जाना है। ऐसे भी पब्लिक उधर की अलग टाइम रहती है ना भाई, अभी दोपहर शाम रहता है, उधर सुबह रहता है। हाँ, सबसे गंदा एफएनएस खेला है। मेरा भाई बोलता सबसे गंदा एफएनएस खेला है। नाइस। बाहेर रोजचे मच्छर आहेत भाई, तुला काय माहिती? उघडा आहे. बाहेरचे कपडे नाही काढले? बघ कपडे काढले का, मी विसरलो वाटतं, अजून नाही काढले. खूप आहेत. 3-4 आहे ना, दोन आपल्याच ते ना, ठीक आहे. विसरलो आज मी दुपारी काढायचं. कराची किंग्स. पीच ऑन मोस्टली, हा. हम्म. हा. कोण? कोण? हा. गार्नेट्स पूर्ण मॅच बघून आलो. गार्नेट्स बोलतो ना. हा. रेस रेस भयंकर घेत होता तो भाई, काय ती इजी वाली कोच बहीणची फ्रस्ट्रेट झालेली आहे पूर्ण. त्यांनी खूप भयंकर फ्रॅक्स काढले, भयंकर. गार्नेट्स रे कल, टैलन वाला गार्नेट्स बहुत अच्छा खेला कल वो. इट्स ओके, रिसेट फॉर मैप 2 एंड विन आउट. आसपास इज टू गुड, वीसीटी लॉगिन. मैं भी डालू हैशटैग वीसीटी लॉगिन. क्या ट्वीट करूं, क्या जो मेरा ट्विटर इधर आएगा? कुछ ऐसा मान मसाला फेंकना पड़ेगा, मतलब कुछ अलग। 9-3 एक्टिविटी देख, एक डाला है 9-3 एक्टिविटी वीसीटी लॉगिन। I don't know if loud is just good or if the crowd buff is very heavy. Oh, ये वाला ट्वीट हार्ड था, ये ट्वीट हार्ड था। एक ट्वीट क्या था, एक गया ट्वीट गया वो, पीछे जाता है, पीछे जाता है इस पे, ट्वीट पे पीछे जाता है क्या रे? नहीं जाता है ट्वीट पे पीछे, नहीं जाता भाई ट्वीट पे पीछे। ट्वीट लाए उस पे लिखा था, एक ने लिखा था कि सच में लाउड अच्छी है कि क्राउड का हैवी बफ है। ऐसे लोग है भाई, ये सब ट्वीट डालेगा तो बच्ची पागल होगा भाई। आई बिलीव इन एनर्जी, बैंगर मैच। वी लॉस्ट सीना yesterday, I can't see energy next, vamos energy। ये कौन सी भाषा में लिखा ब्राजील ने, क्या मालूम। आस्पुत्रो कैसा बोलते हो, आस्पुत्रो इस्पित्रो। कौन सा? हाँ, अरे पर हेडफोन्स में क्या आएगा, प्रेशर आता है मेरे को बताना जरा। हेडफोन्स में आवाज आता है, आवाज आता है हेडफोन्स में? नहीं भाई, जीरो कैंसिलेशन हेडफोन्स रहता है, क्यों ऐसा क्यों कर रहा है? सामने पीसी है बच्ची, बड़ा 360 हर्ट्ज का है। देख प्रेशर किसको लगता है, जिसकी फटती है भाई, जो बिना डर के खेलता है ना वो कूदा रहा है भाई। हाँ पर तू तेरे वो समझा, मेरे को समझा, वो वैसा बफ होता है वो, मेरे वो नो डाउट। टिल्ट मतलब बंदा वो थोड़ा ये डाउन फील करेगा, वो तो पॉइंट है। हाँ पर मेरा सीन क्या है, पर बंदा कॉन्फिडेंट रहेगा एम पे अपने, तो घंटा फर्क नहीं पड़ता फिर क्राउड से, ऐसा सीन है वो बोल रहा हूँ। अभी मालूम पड़ गया था ना तो सेकंड मैच में, वो तो हाथ गरम किए रे लोग ने भी, एनर्जी ने फर्स्ट मैच में। अभी गाड़ी 5वें गियर पे भागेगा बच्ची, रुक तू। कौन सा मैप है नेक्स्ट, पल ना? क्योर, क्योर 38 हो रहा है देख, 38 नेक्स्ट मैप। हाँ प्रेडिक्शन है मेरा 38। नहीं रे, मेरा मेरे को, मैं ट्विटर नहीं चला था इतना, बहुत कम चला था ट्विटर। रोज नहीं देखता ट्विटर, रोज नहीं देखता मैं ट्विटर। मैं ट्वीट करता कब, मेरा मन क्या कभी कभार तभी ट्वीट करता हूँ मैं। 4-5 ट्विटर ही मेरे अच्छे कर। ट्विटर 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 ट्विटर। मैंने एक किया था, आई ऑर्डर डोमिनोज पिज्जा एट 9:30 PM एंड दे डिडंट प्रिपेयर माय ऑर्डर टिल नाउ। आई कॉल्ड at the store but the phone is switch off. This is happening for second time with me. I suggest you guys order Domino's never order pizzas from Domino's. Hashtag Domino's India. Next season ascendant push question mark, पता नहीं भाई, पता नहीं। थर्ड अंपायर अल्ट्रा एच एडिट करने में कितना टाइम लगा? एम आई वर्सेस केकेआर, हैशटैग रोहित शर्मा। विल मुंबई इंडियंस विल विन टुडे, हैप्पी बर्थडे हिटमैन। क्या आज विराट कोहली रन स्कोर कर पाएगा, क्वेश्चन मार्क। मेरी ट्वीट, सॉरी गाइस आज फिनिश नहीं हुआ। ये ट्वीट क्यों डाला मालूम है मैंने, ये मैंने ट्वीट डाला, सॉरी गाइस आज फिनिश नहीं हुआ, क्यों बोल? इसके ये मैच, जब ये मैच के पहले ना धोनी है ना, थाला थाला धोनी, उस एक मैच में उसने अच्छा फिनिश किया था, कुछ अच्छा 6 बॉल 15 की 16 रन मारा देगा। तो फिर मैंने अगला मैच में उसने नहीं चला रे, मतलब आउट हो गया, फिनिश नहीं किया, तो मैंने ऐसा डाला था, सॉरी गाइस आज फिनिश नहीं हुआ। ये हमारी वाली मुंबई इंडियंस जैसे परफॉर्म नहीं कर रही है गाइस। ये आईपीएल वाले फिक्सिंग मैचेस कब दिखाना बंद करेंगे? बस इतना नहीं। गुड़ी पाड़ो के दिन मैंने चालू किया था ट्विटर भाई। अभी गुड़ी पाड़ो के दिन ट्वीट करूंगा फिर रुक जा। और फिर एक बार मैंने रुचिंद्र का बंडल रीट्वीट किया था वो वैलोरेंट चैंपियनशिप का इसने डाला था। एम लैप्स एम लैप्स एम लैप्स एम लैप्स एम लैप्स। ओबे उदित क्या कर रहे हैं? क्यों देख। पागल पागल हो गया है। वो कौन है? टेस क्या क्या नाम है उसका? ये टी से नाम है वही ना वो? कि कजूना है? ए जीप्रो खेल रहा है, जीप्रो से खेल रहा है ना वो? 10,000 वाला कंटेंट दे रहा है वो भी। 86% कैसे चल रहा है उसका? देखना उस पे भी। अच्छा ओके। हाँ रेंज कर रहा है। लोग करते प्रैक्टिस ही करते हैं अंदर जाके। क्या हो रहा है कि तेरे हिसाब से क्या हो रहा है? तेरे प्रेडिक्शन बोल। पल अच्छा है भाई इसका। अरे लाउड का पल बहुत अच्छा है, मैं ऐसा बोल रहा हूँ। आसपास 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 आर्टिस्ट भाई रीच खेल रहे बच्ची आर्टिस्ट भाई। आरवर है क्यों आरवर है? आरवर है क्यों आरवर है? डबल कंट्रोल अच्छा है ना? तो अस्त्रा चाहिए। हाँ तो अस्त्रा चाहिए तेरे को। हाँ पुल वगैरह कर सकता है। उसने देख माउस वायर के लिए स्टैंड लिया देखो उसने। देखो सब बावला ना, सब बावला लेके आता और सब आसपास के टेबल पे है देख बावला। तो फिर दूसरे को लाने के लिए देता है। अच्छा ये क्या टू टू डाई मतलब? लड़कियां तो बहुत है भाई, क्यों ब्राजील जाना मांगता है देखने, वीसीटी देखने जाना मांगता है। ऐसा वानखेड़े स्टेडियम बिल्डिंग में वो कभी होएगा लैंड मुंबई वैलोरेंट का मुंबई में? करना चाहिए ना बच्ची थोड़ा मोदी को समझना चाहिए। नरेंद्र मोदी में भी करा है तो भी चलेगा। बच्ची बाहर से टूरिस्ट आएगी रे बच्ची सोच। ग्रो नहीं कर रहा है वो बात है। काश हो जाए एक साल।
Huge performances on this map, and that's going to be a real concern for NRG to deal with.
We go back in. NRG on the attacking side, which of course then means Loud gets to greet them at the door. Bit of contact made over towards B long, and rotation starting to begin with the exploration from Aspas in tow. They should be pretty confident in this.
No secrets on the way in. No pressure actually returning here. Sadak will get caught by the Trailblazer, and NRG looking to collapse on that.
Yeah, Sadak's in a little bit of trouble. He absolutely is. Good trade from Lesso to keep this somewhat favorable, but the spike isn't going to be planted just yet. It is actually left a little loose here. That could be a problem. Does get back in hand. F finesse can slip back towards site. No harm, no foul on that. The plant should be coming in. That late lurk from Aspas will become a factor eventually.
But look at the positioning here. 2 NRG players up towards heaven.
They've got to be so aware of where this retake is going to be starting from as well. Crashy's denied vision, but tries to take a little step through. What's the alarm bot to put into play if he wants it. FNS considering getting close to the wall as well.
A late flank coming through. Aspas got to get something done here. Nobody
You'll
on
see
the side of
nothing.
NRG showing to long though.
No, they're sitting deep on the site, but the wrong timing shown here. Tui's makes light work of FNS. Cause in the swing. Crashy's trying to do what he can, but less is certainly more right now. As Aspas finally makes his debut on the site. But Les having a wonderful amount of impact with Tui's.
Painful timing to see that first kill come through and Loud just explode on the back of it. NRG trying to run the clock down in that post plant, but able to find enough. That's the point where actually that setup on site with 2 towards spawn initially, actually 2 towards heaven, could maybe have stood the test.
Wow.
See, it's instantaneous, the response from Loud. Barely even on the back of communication. You see that in the kill feed, and they just flood site.
NRG going to be buying back in with the Stingers. Looks somewhat rinse and repeat for me here. Back to work towards B. You can see on the other side of the map, Loud just going through the same process. It looks almost identical to round 1. That's a little bit of a difference. So Sadak will have to respect this now and back off.
And trade-off of shots at least, but no real damage to write home about. Similar execution once again for NRG. Get themselves up onto site, but so yeah, a lot of damage coming through, probably in favor of Loud. Might even try and prioritize the flank a little bit with 2 members this time around. It's Cowanzine and Aspas. But it's Victor to hold down the fort or pillar.
Still no flashback for Victor either. There it is, just about ticking through. So the back of the dog, does he decide to go for it? Yeah, he does. So good flash, a little bit of a dash, but seeing the dog, you now know there's 2 there. Turns the flash just fine. Now the pressure comes in, but Victor only gets 1 here. That's the benefit of having the double stack there, and Loud now just flooding the site. Less great pick towards it. Sadak finding someone now, just crashes. Can he buy the time? He's so calm with the 2, didn't even doubt it on the defuse. And that's a second for Loud before standing.
NRG looking to scrap with Loud in these first 2 rounds. Happy to get down and dirty on site. But not going in their favor. This is with the adjustment of this composition as well. And to just being Aspas being the duelist.
Loud is one of the 2 teams there and drop of map and block.
Obviously with that investment, see if NRG do want to throw anything else in here. But 2 on the board for Loud to kick things off.
Loud clean
flawless record so far here. NRG did drop that map to Giants. And of course now dropping that first one in this series, so slightly different look here. Similar scenes at the beginning though, so Sadak's still going to be aware that there is very much presence towards the B side, but we are now seeing a mid lane and a mid lurk, or at least some presence on this split coming through. Maybe testing the rest of the map here, NRG trying to find a couple of facts here. Cowanzine and Aspas, the timing on that dog is perfect. That's very telling that this is a different round. We'll see how it looks though.
I guess other than Aspas being noted on that late flank, not the awareness is there initially. NRG going to drift away from that. Once again looking to find their way onto B side, pressuring Sadak once again. Let's have less in support and less is already worth his weight in gold.
So dangerous, he needs to make it, he doesn't make it in time, but he actually takes down FNS! Goes back, oh my word! How is that happening? Sadak putting in a captain's performance here. And Sam trying to do a little bit of a dance, but again, not even cresting towards the site this time. Can he do some damage? Yeah, he can. Sam lovely. Can do a bit more. Not going to get much though. As the time beginning to dwindle, those 3 players closing in Loud, making it to 3.
And they will ride the wave as well. 3 surviving, 2 rifles brought across here, so in a position effectively to double down on that bonus. Viper's bit available now. Look at Les and Sadak. The amount of pressure they've been under, but they've passed with flying colours so far. Les will have the Viper's bit already. Sadak 1 away from the lockdown. NRG not too far off in terms of this first ult cycle.
मेरा 3 पे अच्छा मिल गया
Aspas looking to get aggressive this time.
Yeah, what a difference. Switching it up a little here.
The difference being the Viper's Pit immediately invested towards A main. Cloud may be reading an adjustment here from NRG.
Do they
And this
continue?
pressure could force them towards that Viper's Pit.
Certainly could, and the audacity for Loud to continue this way.
मार
The agility for the dog, off the charts. Aspas, though, this is a big challenge here. And yeah, they're re-aggressive this way. Quite telling, saw a lot there, though.
Well, no, actually, Kawanzin didn't get flashed by that, so he's not going to be noted.
The young Bulldog in the corner. Do NRG do their due diligence here? Got to check on this. You can see them trying to maybe set him into play. Oh my God, he's gone away with daylight robbery. It's only one. That could have been so much worse. And Tui's now outdone, outgunned. Artists striding forward. They want the site under control.
We'll get it here with the lockdown. Cove just to seal the deal. Plant is open for long here, and you can see 3 members of NRG already drifting a little further. Going to tuck Artis in. Hope that he can do some damage. There's supportive utility as well from FNS just to cut off that push into elbow.
And we want to see a big game here from Artis. Not a bad round so far already.
FNS meta boys.
Final 3. Still need to keep this safe. Less. Not really given many opportunities now, though. Sitting deep towards long. This is near on unwinnable. Yeah, 60 HP here, and I think he knows it.
Obviously with this early start, Sadak and Les down at 800 credits. Not sure exactly where Kawanzin's going to sit, but should be fairly comfortable for this purchase with Les carrying a rifle across. Yeah, I was curious to see if the operator comes out now. It's crazy that Kawanzin, it almost looks like it's a lazy clearance on the first.
Yeah, because I thought they checked it.
It looked like they did.
Man on the screen there, Artis. I do want to see him having big impact throughout this game. Got the chance to on the raise. Little uncharacteristic to our
That's a
recent
throwback.
eye.
It's
Yes.
a throwback.
But if
And
he
you think-
gets that fire going, Mike, he can be deadly. Are they committing behind this wall?
Loud did this so many times the other day. It's on the back of reading that NRG heavily favour an extremity, typically being towards B long. Aspas will look to punish that. Might actually catch crashes here, Lauren.
Timing is everything. Oh, and it's good. Backline dealt with.
And NRG have to commit behind that. They have to.
Site is clear, fortunately for them. No stress yet towards our either. You already see them starting to toy with the idea of applying that pressure back through, though. Utility's starting to be committed. Somewhat of an overcommitment towards CT, but they have to get some territory.
Sadak does have the lockdown here. It's a good invest here. Yeah, he will. It's going to shut off a lot of sight, force them into spawn. Tui's going to be feeling the pressure here.
Yeah, dealt with Artis with a double as well. Beautiful time for him to strike. Couldn't quite get away from it, though. Aspas still standing. Hold on, Loud. Tap on the spike. Alyss! Oh, my word! Beautiful work towards CT, and now FNS sweating bullets. 2 players to stand up against him, and he crumbles. Loud perfection on the playback in.
NRG get 3 kills in the blink of an eye, and immediately Loud respond. I feel like that was a straight 2v4 there.
Yeah.
I mean, Les and Aspas effectively eliminated from that initial pressure that's provided by the lockdown. So the 2 here, yeah, it's 3 kills immediately. Aspas responds with the first. What a retake there from Loud. Absolute madness. And NRG, rightfully so, that's got to be a little frustrating. We'll call a timeout here just to gather their thoughts.
It's all songs in Sao Paulo right now. 4-1, Mike. I'm going to be honest, I backed NRG in this game. I thought this was the one where they'd be doing well. They wouldn't crumble under this. They've been aware of this opponent. That used to be a great boon for FNS and NRG and Chet.
Do you know what? I come back to something Mimi said on the desk. I didn't think we saw Loud live up to the expectation we maybe held for them?
Sure.
There's been slip-ups, it's been an uphill struggle in the first two series.
I mean, how good are Gen G then? That's what I'm terrified about. Gen G are apparently one of the most nuts team we've seen so far.
We almost think about some of these drawn-out series getting a little context when we come back to a familiar matchup, right?
Yes.
And here, we're not getting that. This is so one-sided.
Yeah, it is. This is very much Loud in charge.
I mean, if this continues, then you could argue Loud are almost in championship form, right?
Yes.
To eliminate a favorite like NRG with these score lines, with the rounds playing out this way. Response immediately from NRG to address that previous kill.
We do have a little bit of a wave going around the arena. Not sure if you can see it. I'm sure the camera will be on that pretty soon.
I like this from NRG though.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying something a little different here. The flash and the follow-up. Artist could be taking point on this one. Som by the side. Tui's though going to take space. I like what he's doing here as well. Has to win the fight on the other side, which would be against FNS. But he hasn't been challenged on this angle. The plant's going to come in. But they have really very few safe post-plant positions. Tui's winning out. That's massive. Ult comes in. NRG want to address this quickly, and they do. Crashes takes him down. The overwhelm is there. NRG holding onto the side 4 now. Finally, a player up to the good. Sadak still standing, but only for so long. And now Aspas in a 1v3 position. Absolutely checked on. He should not be able to take a step out of here. He should be locked in. But can he break free? Goes for the Vandal instead. Victor up close, spots one, waits for the swing, but it's Artis on the flank. Beautiful work from Artis, heating up now.
Big positive to come out of that timeout. Immediately addressing that triple walk up middle. Aspas being rewarded for it. And Cowan, Zine, and Tui's.
One enemy remaining.
Getting much better as well in terms of this hold. Maybe a little difference here in terms of the outcome, with the lockdown being a factor previously from Sadak. And NRG will revert back towards, focusing towards B long. Bladestorm and the Seekers available for Aspas. Sorry, and Cowan Zine. But they're going to be behind this one. It's going to be a wide open site.
I said I wanted big performance from Artis. Proving already why it was such a sought-after pick. So much variety being shown here already from the young man. And Loud in this round. Obviously working with substantially less. So if you're an NRG fan, you are wanting to clean. You want it sparkling at the end of this round. You want 5 standing. Maybe give them a little bit of economy to play with going forward, not being so panicked and fragile. And already one player in, Sadak, making no secrets of this. Quick to work. Aspas tries to get that first frag, but it's actually less to get on. Big trade for Artis. Blinded up, taken down. Cowanzine's there. 4v3 now, but surely these final 3 should dig their heels in. Seeks go down, it didn't find what they wanted. NRG holding those back lines like their life might just depend on it. Aspas desperate to try. There may just be a try at this point. Still doing damage, but falls to the knees. NRG make it to 3.
So you almost wanted that one to be as close to flawless as possible. Only 2 rifles remain. Artis 2 off that showstopper though. An opportunity to offset slightly. I think actually if Victor drops one across, it might just protect the next purchase. But even here, Loud just looks so deadly. With almost nothing to come into this. It's a Bladestorm and a Sheriff, a Frenzy here or there. Aspas back on that operator. So they try and get him in a position once again. Sadak actually with a judge here. So might just try and tuck into elbow and hope for the best. Position he's playing is interesting actually, because last time NLG did try and pinch calls from both sides with this Trailblazer.
But the ult come in, gonna make this a little bit more difficult. Already bounding towards the back of the side. It's not pretty, but it's the job achieved for Artis. Side control again. The point man is succeeding for NRG. FNS wants to make absolutely no mistakes in this. Going to invest the ult, but actually Tui's found Som. Nature's good. Pushes them away slightly. Let's try to connect that spam, but not quite finding what he wanted.
Bhai,
Swing comes in, Artist
Uni
to
40
go
ka
down,
log
and suddenly there's a gateway open.
Jen Bhai ne
Crashes
Uni
and
40 ka
FNS are
lagi.
sweating, they are
What?
worried, but FNS, oh FNS! What a time to come alive! 3 big kills and the Young Gun
Jen
2Es.
Bhai.
What can you do with it? That's one, needs a second, one more second
The
to play
lockdown's
with.
gonna get him.
Oh, he's gonna be locked down, and
Cut.
Crashes is on the way. Knife in hand, he's gonna dice him up. Oh, in front of the home crowd. The boos rattle out and NRG close the gap.
Sportsmanship gap.
And they tie things up 4 apiece.
Beautiful.
Even there, the only thing that secures that is Crashy's lockdown.
Yeah.
Things spiraling out of control. And somehow FNS comes away with this.
How's he get
The
three
blind
in?
shot there onto Aspas, and then
That.
I think Kawanzin's already 1 HP from the decay. So an insta-kill with that snake bite. Huge round from FNS.
Yeah.
And much needed, actually. We'll put Loud back in a position where they're going to struggle financially.
It was waiting, really, to have a close game, it feels like. NRG finally starting to build up into this. Artist having a good performance, Crashy's finding value. FNS starting to heat up a little bit himself and just closing down a couple of these rounds. But that did come off the back of a great deal of ults coming through as well. They're really at the start of their cycle again, whereas Loud will be hitting soon. However, Mike, you noticed it, the money. They have tempered this purchase now. Loud are certainly not flush for cash.
And again, just to come back, obviously, NRG closed that out. They've effectively reset in terms of the purchase for Loud. But they burn up a lot of ultimates there. Like I said, I'm fine with the lockdown investment. It secures at a point where previously we've seen those retakes from Loud just explode and completely rip apart that post-plant setup of NRG.
Still pretty close in my mind. I mean, a second either way, yes, the lockdown was ticking away, but bloody hell. Still a 1v2 to get past. This is 3 on the trot here for NRG. Could be, I feel, quite likely to be a 4th. But we are seeing them bolstering the numbers on this B site as the time does tick down.
That'd be huge after that map one as well, to come away from this first half with a lead, with some sort of comfort, something to build upon in the second. NRG focusing B once again. A slight adjustment, albeit on this thrifty round. That was.
That looked on.
Yeah.
Wasn't, but NRG starting to once again flood the site. But the problem is Loud are here in numbers this time. Going to draw first blood, but it is traded back. A little bit of the site is somewhat safe, but suddenly the reveal, Crashies has got to be worried. There's Aspas just around the corner. Isolates him well with FNS, and then they're starting to carve away at this defensive side. Split should be able to go down soon. And yeah, a win out towards CT is massive as well. Victor doing wonderfully. And yes, Les is behind them. It should be a matter of time until he's noted. Flash is good. Couldn't quite find the frag, and actually it's Crashes to turn around. So lovely, lovely work here from Energy. Really stabilizing here.
E4 alive as well. Effectively in a position to, as close to buy out for this half. That's unfortunate. I think he just picks up, tries to swap away from this scope. And what he picks up is empty.
Sleep tight.
See if NRG continue here. Whether or not this adjustment towards B site continues into the buy round for Loud. Lockdown available, Viper's Pit available, and the Reckoning for 2Es. Operator in hand for Aspas as well, but no shield behind that. And they'll revert back to actually just using this operator to anchor A main.
There is a bit of a switch up with that pressure towards middle, and because all you can really see is the same sort of presence.
Showstopper.
Luckily, FNS is by his side. Less with the trade and the swing, but that's answered right back in. So middle is actually somewhat under control by NRG. I'm looking for the backfill coming out though. I'm looking at 2Es maybe trying to pressure that, but already Salak in trouble, deleted by Crashies. I love this split, identifying so much pressure coming through from Link. They've just faded away from it here. Artist tucked on the site. Head of the ult, 2Es. Not gonna get what he wants out of this, and Artist willing to challenge, willing to brawl out. But Aspas on the back foot now as it's a 1v2. Tap on the spike, needs to draw some fire, which it does. They haven't seen him yet, now they have. Aspas, oh my word, 9 bullets to play with. And a dream crashes down to 58. He has to swing, and he's got the fight, Crashies. pulling NRG further ahead here.
bro.
Finally, Loud starting to fumble a little bit here on the second map.
That's only the turret to pull Aspas, or pull his crosshair placement at least away from that. I think
Yep.
got a couple of tags onto Crashies.
Yeah, through the wall, I think.
Starting to see just this aggressive mentality towards the game. Force Loud into some situations. Slight overpeak from Sadak there. Lockdown committed from heaven. Placement a little questionable, but he's out of position to get the most value from that. But there's the overpeak, way ahead of his two teammates.
And pendulum swing-wise, I do feel FNS
And
currently
then
does have a
Jaka.
really nice grip on this game. Love that little additional mid-pressure. You can already see the utility put towards it as well, just to ensure that no one's going to hit that flank super easy. We do see 3 players committed towards that B side, but already further exploration from Aspas, and he has invested the ult behind this, so it's certainly not without some sort of venom to it.
एक राउंड भी ये लोग ने हिट नहीं किया इस अभी अभी जो हिट किया है
Now
एक
in
राउंड
hold.
वो 8 से हिट किया
You
वो
can see the read coming out from it. It looks like NRG that there will be a further pressured
If the
flank, and
command
Aspas
did
with
yet,
those
like-
knives
To say,
could
look
be it.
how deep Aspas is already. FNS set up as a safety net for NRG. It's effectively a 4v4
Okay, yeah, turret
weapon
टूटता है
advantage
उससे
for
नहीं ना?
NRG on site.
उससे एंट्री इसने लिया बच्ची एंट्री
Come in.
एनर्जी ने लिया क्योंकि रेड का
Nothing close on
डाउन
sight. There's
What?
Aspas. How quick was that?
आगा देख
But the site's under scrutiny. NRG is still breaking
Seven
through
goal
where it
maybe.
matters. The backlines are no longer safe, so they need to win out somewhere. They're going straight through towards Link. Victor demolishes them. And now
Alexi
Aspas needs
Boldi.
heroics and nothing short. Oh, God
So what?
damn! Oh, this is down to nothing. 10 HP. He's on an island. He's got him. 16 HP now. A 1v2 though. But the spike is over by A. They adjusted quickly. And this position, surely he does not
Victor's got
expect. Victor, lovely work from NRG. We've got a game on our hands now, Mike. NRG have finally woken up.
For a moment now, seeing NRG almost take their time in getting to site. As soon as that kill comes through from Aspas. Slight hesitation, but they seal the deal. A little bit of aggression here from Victor with the run and gun,
Beautiful.
Done here.
but it gets the job done. Round 12, 7-4 in favor of NRG now.
6 in a row. Loud need to break this if they want a comfortable second half.
And 2 players actually I was crediting earlier on ahead of this map starting who had fantastic defensive halves. Tuiz and Cowanzine not finding an awful lot of individual impact in some of these rounds. Yes, Cowanzine's been stacking up with Aspas and putting him in a position, but previously they have been putting up numbers.
Oh, just one away now from some. Should have had a bit of information off the back of the dog there. And the ult's going to clear the site. Backline's not going to be pressured. 2 still playing towards middle. Timing now, wait on this a couple of seconds. Don't want to go too early. Tuiz does need to back away from this, yeah. They do at least take those couple of steps towards the site. Mid is next on the chopping block. Lovely work again from FNS, but as crashes to fall, but the site does at least now start waving that NRG banner. Some caught on the way out, but unpressured. Yes, the ult comes in. Flash to follow. And no commitment towards the side just yet. Flank is deep in the backlines from Aspas.
So he's going to get past the turret as well, so Victor has to watch this. The tap on the spike, Som. Not reacting just yet. The flash is perfect from Cowanzine.
You wanted to see something from him. That's 2 this round. Can't make much more of it in a 3v2 now. Victor and Som, what are you going to do with it? Les is standing and delivering. And the diffusion ain't stopping Victor. Oh, my word. He denies it. Goes back in. It's just frenzies as best he can. Diffuse will be there. It's 5 for Loud. Just clawing in this final round of the first half.
Well, he must have heard me. Cowanzine, absolute heroics for him to recover that round for Loud. Aspas almost lost in the lurk this time around. Finally coming through and finding something, but it's less. With this Viper's Pit paying off for Loud, shutting NRG out and finding that defuse.
5 to 7, we finally have a game on our hands. Map 1 was a blowout. Loud riding that momentum wave throughout the series. However, finally NRG are awake. I wonder if that's enough for the analyst desk.
Well, it looks like NRG have found a little bit of a lifeline here. They were able to get 6 rounds in a row.
पूजन भाई,
पूजन भाई।
ये लोग पूजन को कैसा बोलते हैं तेरे को मालूम है? पूजॉन। ये सॉम बोलता है ना, पूजॉन बोलता है, पूजॉन। जन नहीं बोलते, जॉन बोलते हैं वो लोग,
जॉन।
जॉन।
अच्छा।
पूजॉन। फिर फिर तो पू तो निकलता ही नहीं है उन लोग के, जॉन जॉन ही करते हैं।
हम्म।
है। हाँ हाँ, बात तो। मेरे तो आसपास है ना, टेंथ की याद दिलाता है।
क्या बात कर।
प्रॉपर एंटी फ्रैगर, एंटी फ्रैगर समझा, एंटी फ्रैगर। वो ये तो अभी आसपास ऐसा भी है कि वो तेरे को थोड़ा एंड में जिंदा मिलता भी है। नहीं तो तू टेंस को देखेगा ना, तो उसका काम क्या रहता है मालूम है तेरे को?
एंट्री कराना।
साइड दिलाना, साइड दिलाना। वो मरेगा, वो मारेगा कुछ नहीं, साइड दिलाना। रीटेक पे भी वही पहले अंदर जाएगा। वो
वो
तेरे को है ना, ऐसे ऐसे बहुत कम राउंड हो गए तो वो एंड एंड में अकेला जिंदा रहेगा। ऐसे बहुत ही कम राउंड हो गए कि वो एंड में अकेला, एंड में वो जिंदा है ऐसा। वो पहले ही मरता है हर बार।
Just came so late for me. You see Lau trying to get active elsewhere on the map. We just didn't see enough innovation there. Loud looking to continue the trend. Hardest will be tested here in the pistol.
Yep, and he's past
ये
the
राउंड
5
निकलना
rounds.
है।
Sadek gone.
नाइस नाइस नाइस।
No comfort now trying to get towards his site.
नेड 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 आसपास नेड।
Flash will catch, but a pain shell in response.
देख
No
लर्क कर
pressure
रहा
really
है,
following.
पकड़
It's
लेगा उसको।
looking like Aspas's lurk, yeah, going to be noted.
ये देख, ये
He's
जेट
trying to
क्या
build
खेल
off
रहा
this.
है?
They haven't pulled full rotations
लर्क क्यों
either.
कर रहा
Big
पर ये
gap
जेट
between
लेके?
Victor and Crashes
मेरे
right
को
now.
नहीं आइडिया, अभी उन
Crashes
लोग के
trying to
कुछ
slip
होगा।
into main. Gonna force Aspas to full clear sight here. Crashes
32
gonna
लो।
have 3 members allowed charging
फंस जाएगा
towards him.
एनआर क्रैशेस।
Jeez.
एक तो लेना
एक
मांगता
एक
है।
एक
Overwhelmed,
हाँ, एक मारना चाहिए
outgunned.
इधर,
How much? Oh my
क्योंकि ये
god!
एंगल
Oh
तो
my
बहुत
god!
कॉमन
He's
है।
gotten
चेक
away
कर,
with it.
नहीं किया।
That's
अरे
so much damage already done, and big inflammation as well. Look at them. Less
नाइस।
चल
damage
लो तो
22,
कर,
Aspas
वाइपर को
80,
भी लो
and
कर
it's a
दिया।
huge lockout for NRG. The crowd is
नाइस
silent as NRG
नाइस
pick up the
राउंड।
first here in the second
क्राउड
half.
साइलेंस, क्राउड की गांड।
Big round to kick
सॉरी
off
सॉरी, नो बैड वर्ड्स।
NRG's defensive half here. Now look as if they might throw a couple of sheriffs in. Ardis wants to get a rifle on the board as quickly as possible. Leading the charge for NRG on the scoreboard and opening this round
ये
up
पिक
for them as
बढ़िया
well.
था भाई।
I always think there with Aspas's position, the fact that he's not digging deep onto site, that full clearance is going to come from Loud, but 2 members ahead of Less. I think actually Less the first
क्राउड
person to
देखना
even
चुपचाप।
consider clearing the box on A main there.
Well, buy back in.
Yeah, could see a fight for
ये क्या
this here
बॉल है?
with the stingers in hand. Crashies and Som
हाँ,
tucked up very
रैंक
close.
में तो ये वॉल की कुछ
Nice
मायने नहीं
clean
रखेगा क्यों?
stuff, really clean work, very diligent. Very
रैंक
heads
में
up,
ये वॉल
not taking it lightly by any means.
हार्बर
That's
की
the
वॉल।
side scene as well. So the rest should be very much understood and expected here.
He might try and flash onto this. Finesse does eat it. Find a consolation, but hopefully not.
अरे यार,
I'm a little curious here. I'm seeing
Pujan
Cowan
bhai
Zine and Less 1300 and
पूजन पे
1400
लेकिन ब्लाइंड
credits.
थे फुल।
A little off kilter.
आर्टिस्ट देखो देखो
On that
पहला राउंड
purchase,
जीता, सेकंड राउंड फैंटम ही बाय करते हैं।
Not entirely sure why,
उसको
to be
वैंडल
honest with
सिस्टम
you.
देखा ही नहीं, फैंटम ही चला था देख।
नहीं, ये लोग लाइन पे भी वेंडर फैंटम ही चलाते हैं।
वैंडल बहुत कम प्लेयर्स है जो चलाते हैं।
Very early on coming in
और
here.
तू उसका क्या ना,
Fant-
हेल रेंजर का वैंडल
Yeah,
की वजह से
round
चला था,
3
फैंटम
lockdown,
को भी
by the
चलाते
way.
देखा ही नहीं।
Big work from him.
ये क्या बोलते हैं,
A
लाइन पे
huge
सब फैंटम
tool
ही चलाते हैं
to
मोस्टली।
potentially convert this
वेंडल
second
बहुत,
half
Spray
bonus.
कर-
हाँ,
अरे वो
वेंडल
वन
बहुत
टैप उसका भाई
कम।
140 का डैमेज है बे, वो
Like I said,
पसंद नहीं।
what's strange is
लेकिन
the
वो लोग एक बुलेट थोड़ी ना मारते हैं
purchase
ऐसे।
then forced
वो
them
ऐसा
into round
बहुत
3
तू
here,
देखेगा ना,
where it's just sheriffs
तो
to play
ऐसा
with.
है ना, 100 में से 2-3 बार ही होएगा कि तूने 140 मारा,
Any
समझा?
sort of pick they can,
हर
but
बार नहीं होगा।
again, NRG high priority to take this A space.
वेंडल
pushing
हार्ड भी है ना
towards A
कंट्रोल
main,
में।
3 players towards it.
काय?
वेंडल हार्ड भी है ना
Pretty
कंट्रोल में,
open.
फैंटम
तेच
तो
बोलतो
कैसा?
तुला,
Heavy
मी कसं
utility
बघतो
there,
मला
so it's
माहिती.
not going to be completely out of character.
आता सर्व
Now
सामान
trying to
काढून
fill-
पण आता मच्छर आहे तर म्हणजे
fill
काहीतरी
around there, but
रिझन असणार बे मच्छर आहे यायचा.
looking towards Stewie,
सर्व साप आहे पूर्ण.
leaning back through by double door. Maybe that
क्या
beast
आणि
मराठी
दरवाजा पण
बोलते
उघडला
थे?
नाही तो.
We saw Lau do this a number
बोल
of
रहा है?
times
क्या मराठी
on the
बोलता
buy
है रे?
rounds, just going through the
अभी
motions, trying
मच्छर
to figure out
सब दरवाजा ऊपर है,
exactly
विंडो
where
विंडो
this
सब बंद
killjoy
होके मच्छर
setup
आते हैं,
is.
क्या मालूम किधर से आता है.
Someone crashes though, all the way into spawn already.
इतना अच्छा मराठी
FNS
कैसे आता है तेरे को?
अभी
tucks
मुंबई में
himself
तो
in
मराठी
behind
नहीं
screen.
है, तेरे को गुजराती आता है, तो हमको
Now
मराठी
I'd
तो आना नहीं
focus
है
that direction. Does it get cleared here with the Trailblazer? Actually doesn't.
Okay, it's just a frenzy, but look what it can do. Finds both
पूजन
players.
पूजन भाई
Less
ओपी
than
देखा
Salah
तूने?
going down.
दो फ्रेंड्स निकाले.
It will allow a plant to come in and a rifle recovered for Aspas. Hold on. Now that's it. That's the
Pujan
lockdown
pe
coming
rat
in
hai,
that we're
rat.
looking for.
And you almost didn't want to see that. Yes, it's fine to secure.
Aspas, he's thinking. He's actually
There's two in
considering
spawn.
this. Now Victor does get lucky. Oh! The timing on that snap from Aspas. Precious is
क्या
on the side.
किया बे विक्टर ने?
He's sticking this.
Wait, someone, anyone, someone stop him! Crashes! Right under their
भाई.
nose! Completely unaware.
डिप
I
पे
mean,
बैठ गया
Lau
सीधा,
did
छोड़ा ही
everything
नहीं
right
उसने.
on the way in.
सामने वॉल बनाई, छोड़ा ही नहीं उसने.
Crashes were just not a care in the
वॉल
world.
भी अच्छा खासा चलता है
Sticks that defuse.
उसका.
And even after the lockdown's gone, I'm not sure what the delay is in heaven. They just think, I mean, they bank on it being a tap to draw somebody out. Unfortunately, not in a position for
देखा
long
लॉन्ग का प्लान ये तो बाहर क्यों नहीं गया वो?
to stop that from happening. Som
अंदर
throws a
के
ball
केजे
out.
की नहीं केजे ने अल्ट मारी ना तो उन लोग को लगा कि साइड ले लेते हैं ऐसा.
10 now,
अरे साइड की
made
बात
for NRG. Loud pumping the brakes
वो
again.
लोग
Second time out here.
किल दिखने गए. वो देख लड़की को सवाल पूछ रही है जीएल.
Yeah,
क्या
I'm
कर रहे
saying
भाई ये
now, Loud
बेटी
gets up
चोद
here,
ऐसा
the
बोल रहे.
pressure of
टाइम आउट
crowd
टाइम
going
आउट.
pretty quiet here. But again, we're not new to this
टाइम आउट.
head-to-head. They are so equally made. Mike, you were talking about it at the start, the numbers you ran through. These two are somewhat inseparable, and it would have been almost uncharacteristic to be too one-sided. I'd hated if this had been a blowout game, potentially not even seeing the third if it went down like split. So actually quite happy to see a bit of a fight
क्या
back
बोल
here
रहे हो
from
लोग? क्या बोल
NRG.
रहे हो?
And the fact that potentially we go to fracture, which in terms of the head-to-head
Oh,
has been such a
क्या
banger.
बोल रहे हो लोग? 40 कर रहे हैं.
truly a tantalizing prospect. I think any Valorant fan certainly is looking for that. Whichever way you want it to go, everyone would love to see a third here. And as it stands, unless Loud make a stand now in this rifle round, Mike, I think we're going there.
Yeah, it has to start now. So you're looking at the outcome of that previous round. Aspas comes into this with 3,100. Whether or not winning this round will mean we got that operator online. I said Loud previously did like this slow creeping default to try and dig out some utility and play very, very reactive to what they find. And RG also though showing a little willingness for proactivity outside A main consistently, and this hasn't been really dealt with once on the side of Loud. It's basically this alarm bot anchoring art for a 3-man stack.
ये
A
लोग
main.
मीड ज्यादा ले रहे हैं ना वैभव कंपैरेटिवली एनर्जी के. एनर्जी वाले बी हिट कर रहे थे और ये लोग मीड ज्यादा ले रहे हैं. अभी
They are
एमेन
falling
पूरा
back at the
कंट्रोल
right
में.
time here. This
Love the
does get
combo
triggered,
there, by the
yeah.
way, just to try and slow inside that nano swarm.
ये क्या किया?
The pressure's coming through on double door. Calzine,
So side
stunning
to side
work.
lane, yeah.
So much impact. Honest and FNS, the blink of an eye. Considering the next round. 5 still standing for Loud here. Difference for sure. 3 players though from NRG looking to try and get back in on CT. That spike's not on the site until just about now. Victor even finding less. It ain't out of the woods just yet. And the timing from NRG is divine. Dropping back in, finding the challenge. And now just Aspas in a 1v3 so slow. And he's found the first.
अजून काय
2 more to go and
डाळ
a
बांधला की
spike
अजून काय आणलं?
to be recovered. He's got a lot of work ahead of him. Victor up above.
काय बोलतो?
Som
भाई
on
राउंड
the
निकला
site.
क्यों?
Oh, the smoke missed.
Oh my word, 10 seconds. He's got to
ये
find
क्या
one of
किया?
these two. He gets
अरे
one.
मैं
But
मैसेज
one
में
is
था
not
बे.
enough here as NRG will break through from 10. It's 11 now. Unstoppable.
3v5
in this
किया.
half.
3v5 गया.
That's one off the blade
Ah.
storm.
Oh भाई.
Actually, pretty close to everything. The Seeker's online for Loud. We have to scrape together a purchase here. A lovely play from NRG here. To just be decisive. This is after 2, effectively 3 kills in Link here. Roll your minds back. Those 3 players were in A main.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
how quickly they've made it across to actually prevent the plant coming through.
Ooh, do we have a challenge there? I thought Salak might have tested the waters a little, but no. Decides to back away. And look at the pace from Loud. Straight through double door. They found a weakness they want to exploit. And it's crushing FNS on the way, but there's still value to this. There's still players on the side. It's Crashies, and he has been wondrous so far. But again, playing your life could be so much more valuable, but he's not got it this time.
FNS मरा क्या?
Quick as lightning.
हेलो भाई वेलो
Gets up
खेलना
towards
सिखा
heaven.
दो
And this may be an early save, honestly.
यार माइक nor clear
So little to be done here.
क्या
I think that
nor
paranoia
clear
from
and
Split
loud
still there, considering the possibility
nor
of it
clear
being a
and
fake.
loud आवाज नहीं आ रही भाई
Full clearance
तेरे को
comes through.
हेलो
Spike finally making its way onto site.
ब्रो वैलोरेंट खेलना तो सीख जाओगे रे ऐसा इजी रोज खेलेंगे तो ग्राइंड करेगा तो हो जाएगा
See here once the confirmation comes
उसको
through.
वो आज
for
वाला
the
आइस
decision
बॉल
making
वाला दिखा दे तो तेरे
for
को नहीं
NRG is.
पूछेगा
See lots of the map to re-clear here, so it's looking like they might just hold on to these rifles. Again, we'll think about obviously the knock-on effect feeding across a
पहले
couple more
कम आ रही थी अच्छा
orbs
तभी माइक थोड़ा लंबा था ना
potentially
इसके
towards
लिए
the Viper's pit. Towards the reckoning.
Now finally breaking in.
Again,
I think that
3v5.
rush towards double doors and wait and see what they
Huh?
address it with.
Again
It's been
3v5
कहाँ से हो
round
ब्रो
the road,
भाई
guys,
मैं
like
मुंबई से
now
हूँ
seeing how it's a mad impact
But two very different looks, right?
तो मैं
Previously,
क्या
it's
करूँ?
slow creep, deal with some
अरे
utility,
बता रहा हूँ
figure out
लड़के तेरे को क्या
exactly where
प्रॉब्लम
people
है
are playing. The second time, it's like,
आप
oh,
आपकी रेगाली
we know
वीडियो
where FNS
बहुत
is
पहले
playing.
रिकमेंड हुई थी
Let's pop.
अच्छा
हाँ, तो-
अच्छा ओके ओके
उसको बोल इसको
इसलिए
बोल
मैं आया
कि
वेलकम टू द
सब
स्ट्रीम भाई
friend-
वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम
तेरी सब फ्रेंडों में मेरी चैनल बांटे और सबको बोल रोज देखे सुपर
Welcome
चैट
to the
स्प्रे
This kill coming through
ये
on
यार रेगा का
basically
मेरे बीच में
completely
आया था
mitigates
ना
Crash's
मैंने उसको
setup.
शाउट
It removes
रेगा ने मेरे को
any
शाउट आउट दिया था ना
threat
बीच में एक दिन
from the alarm
वैलोरेंट
bomb,
में
nano
क्यों आया था
swarms,
हाँ वो बोला था तू
anything that's
हाँ,
really looking
तो
to slow down
उधर
that
से
push
आया
coming from long instead.
Well, there's a bit of a difference. We do see a little bit of the setup put into
कि
this.
वो अमन
Crashies
एक्स्ट्रा
deciding to bolster the hold, but this time it's not the same look. Loud
Harbare,
doing what we saw a
harbare.
lot of in the first half here from NRG.
Maybe reading that, actually that previous round is going to draw them towards double doors. There should be less resistance on site here. FNS got to be careful, but he actually finds a kill here. Less will trade it out.
Okay, but they still got a good hold here, but Crash's HP is worrying me to no end. 10 HP. How much can one man do? A little bit of spray. Oh my god, it's so close. They do get the plant down. Spikes
अरे
in.
भाई एक
They got the
एचपी
time
पे
on their side.
रहा
Does Les stick around? Well, he can't now, really. Needs
देख
to
रहा है
back away
भी
with the
एक
rest,
एचपी
yeah.
पे
Looks
चौंक
like the
दिया
post plan will be set towards long. Now, G might be forced to respect this
किल
a
जो
little
की
bit.
अल्टीमेट है
Finding a
बे
pocket of safety.
पीछे जाओ पीछे जाओ पीछे जाओ
This will offset the timing by a couple of seconds.
Two nano swarms still. First one popped preemptively. And the cove removed straight away.
Oh
Now
my,
this
it's a
wall's going
firing
to be
squad
ticking
though.
away though.
भाई देखने का
Crashies gonna
बिल्कुल
connect with
टाइम नहीं है
Zach,
बोर्ड
Thompson
से
on the
24 से
fuse. He's
मेरा
gonna take
भाई
it off.
चैनल सर्च
Dewey's
करके देखो
Gallantine
इवो
holding on, but Ard is still fighting as hard
Bro,
as he
best
can
of
for the
luck.
time.
Check
Has
कर दो मैं channel
invaded
पे.
him. It doesn't matter less. Getting Loud back in the game. They've found a way back through.
चेक कर दो भाई मैं चैनल चेयर
Great conversion here from
मेरा
Loud.
प्रेडिक्शन राइट होना है
And the
ऐसे
lockdown even coming fairly
देखते, देखते।
preemptively.
Yeah.
Anticipating that very
Huh?
fast retake coming through from NRG. Maybe on the back of that pressure towards
मेरा भाई
Cowan
बज
C.
रहा है बाजू से
Him getting
एनर्जी
tagged
मार
up to,
जाएगी
I think, down to about
वो
20 HP.
ये साढ़े चुप
Loud
रहे
just
थोड़ा
want to make sure that they can secure. Still comes right down
ये
to
लोग
the
ने अपने
wire.
जैसा खेला कि लॉन्ग का प्लान देके सब लॉन्ग निकल गए
Force the timeout.
कुतना भी कर
NRG
मच्छर
have
नहीं
quite a
मरेगा
few rounds to play with still in pocket. They do lead at 7 to 11 if you are just tuning in. They have a couple of ults to play in as well. Artis has his, so plenty of impact there. Crashies and FNS, so some very high impact ults still on the board for them. However, their money has been slowed down, right? Their money is in kind of maybe stingers, maybe shares, maybe a frenzy or two, but we have seen that having impact. Not going to underestimate it, but Loud have found a couple
आर्टिस्ट
of
बात
answers.
मेरे को ऐसा फोटो खींचने
So
का
the
लैंड
question
की
then becomes in this, what are the answers coming back
समझ
here
रहा है
for
है क्या?
NRG? What do they have in
समझा
store?
मैं।
लैंड
What
वाली
kind of
फोटो
tension
खींचनी
can they
मेरे
bring out?
I do love the contrast as well.
और
Obviously,
पोस्ट करने
talking
की
about
फ्लेक्स
that
करने का
B-side execution, NRG were leaning heavily on this rinse and repeat, almost a carbon copy, time and time again. Loud,
बस हो गया
happy to show just a little variation every single time. It's all based around pressure,
पीसी का तो
looking to
अच्छी
punish
फोटो
a
गई
player
ना
out of position. The sort of things
Bro,
I was
match
talking about
चले, match
the
क्या
difference
देखता हूँ?
between Sadak and FNS. So we've seen that on display here on Pearl. NRG, let's see if they're going to try and fight for B main here as 3, previously seen a similar stack towards A main.
क्या चिल्ला रहा है
Ardis gets very deep. It does actually have the showstopper as well.
Certainly does. Does he decide
डब्लू
to go
दबा रहे भाई
for
एनर्जी वाले
this?
इको
Players need to
राउंड
be
में
so careful.
नहीं अल्टीमेट है
Not worried
इसीलिए
by this. Pulls off. That'll be the player spotted. Boombot decides to be invested and falls away here. Timing. Yeah, he's caught out. Lovely. Trade though.
अल्टीमेट वाला
Som.
बंदा ही मर गया
Som is always good for a headshot with this gun. Always.
It's actually filthy, isn't it? The amount of times we've seen it. Trade-off of utility. But there's not as much commitment towards the site. I'm watching that spike back away from B for a second here. Going for the double pump. It does give some room to re-explore.
There's no utility to
अरे
stop
सही
Leslie.
आया क्या भाई
क्या बोलती बम्बई की
Are they
पब्लिक
holding for the
कांग्रेचुलेशन मेरी
a
जान
little bit more time to
Thank
try and
you,
impact
bhai.
it. Yeah.
क्या हाल दाई कैसे है
This is still very much going to be concerning because that B side will be the one to be pressured.
क्या बोल
Into
रहा
the flash is gorgeous.
वैलो
Massive
देख
one
रहे हैं
shot. If he can do any more damage, that'd be
Velo देख
unbelievable.
रहे हैं।
Can't get away. Caught in the
Velo देख
heels.
रहे हैं, क्यों
Dragged
मर
back down to earth.
टूर्नामेंट चल रहा है
Loud win that plant, but this is damage done. Victor's got a rifle.
अच्छा,
Aspas
tournament
though
चल रहा है।
leans into CT, takes
बराबर।
out FNS. The Seeker's going to confirm where these players
क्या
are
कर
as
रहा है?
well. Now everything's
कोई नहीं
noted.
है जा रहा हूँ
There's no
बस
more surprises.
कहाँ
She's
घर
only
पे
had that stinger really to
घर
play
पे, घर पे।
with.
ये मेरे को बोला भी कि सैमी तो डिस्कॉर्ड पे ऑन बता रहा है तो मैं बोला कि उसका पीसी चालू होगा
हाँ पीसी तो
Right,
चालू
और
है।
क्या उसमें
This
कोई
is gonna be
एडिटिंग
eight for
वेडिटिंग
out.
काम कुछ कर रहा होगा तो
Clawing back
कुछ
this
चालू
game,
होगा
Mike.
नहीं
ऐसे
नहीं पीसी चालू
I
रखेगा
started to think this one might have been all over, and it certainly isn't.
सूरत में है क्या
What does Victor do now?
सूरत में पीसी के पास ही
ऐसे नहीं
Absolutely
अभी
nothing.
ये मंथ
नहीं ऐसे नहीं हो
Just 3 rounds
मतलब
separating
है
them.
थोड़ा बहुत आ जाएगा चलिए
What's behind this
थोड़ा
purchase for
बहुत
NRG?
मतलब क्या थोड़ा बहुत
A lot financially,
कमबैक
but
टाइम के
ultimates are plenty.
आज उर्वी बोल रही थी कि तू
Everything
तो
but
मिला ही नहीं शादी के
The
बाद
reckoning online here.
कमबैक टाइम
कमबैक टाइम
Leaning heavily on
लेट्स
those in
फकिंग
terms
गो
of the
खेलने का भी आ
setup.
रहा सही
खेलने आएगा ओशनाइज इज
It's
बैक
either going to be
Mouse
an
में
incredibly
6-6
messy
ना?
round with
कल
a whole
दोपहर में
lot
आ
of
जा
odds
खेलने
playing.
में तो बोलता
ठीक है
Total overhaul here, maybe
दोपहर
on the
में
back of the Vipers bit
खेलते हैं हम
from
लोग
FNS.
क्या बोलता है
This
वैभव
defensive setup
कल दोपहर खेलते हैं
completely flipped
डन
for
सिन
NRG.
जा भाभी वेट कर रही होगी
साथ में ही है सब इधर
हाँ चाहे उर्वी ताच है
हाँ
अब तो इन्हें
लेकी
Som's got to be careful here.
He could be the gateway to opening this round up. Som's in a lot of trouble, and he's dead. Aspas breaks in, and now they're just divided. And conquering Lava
Hello.
getting closer. Another flash is good
जाने
on
में
it.
कर रहा हूँ,
On
एक
the
ना ऑफिस में बड़ी
angle.
देर से।
Calzine's got to be careful here, and he's decided to back
मैं
away
तो सू करूँ
into the
भाई, ये
safety
मने
of the
कर-
Viper's pit.
नहीं
Bounds
बोलूँ
back
मैंने
out,
कुछ
sends
क्या
the
वो
ult
कही
through,
थी
finds
रे
nothing.
नहीं क्या हो जावा दे
क्या बोल
Sadak's
Oh,
creeping in
मने
the Vipers
मने
bit
कही
though.
सके जे तू
FNS has to be careful here, he's getting surrounded.
ना
Yeah,
ये
he's
तो
in a whole lot of
जावे
trouble.
तो
He's
मैं
dead,
गेम
Aspas.
बंद कर दी
तो वो बेचारा ने
Huge
गेम
impact,
रम्मा
2
नहीं
big
मिलती
kills.
विचार
The
कर
site is theirs. The final two players, Victor and Crashies.
ना पाड़ी जब भाई
I don't know if they can
अबे
see
तू
it.
ता बहल हुई तो
It's
बेचारे
the
के इतना
lockdown,
रमे
but is this
तने
the
मुक्की ने
time?
गेम रमे
Do you
क्यों
allow
लागे
Lau to get to 9?
ना बच्चे क्यों था तू
Pinar back on the side. Turret takes contact. Sadak now fully aware.
डॉट डे कल्ला गेम रमना रात डीआईडी वगैरह
And time is ticking, and Energy are running out of
એટલે
opportunities.
તું સૂઈ જાય એટલે એ રે ગેમ રમે તું જાગે તો પછી થોડી રમવાનો
गेम रमतो एकदम
Oh,
साइज
absolutely not. The Aspas is on the hunt.
અચ્છા એ તો હવે કોઈ વાર તો ઈચ્છા થાય ને હવે માણસની
Spammed it in, hope for the best. Victor will punish that. If he can stay alive, that's
હા
probably
એ
the best
બધું
he can get out
આજ
of
તો
this.
ખાલી બોલવાનું
Oh,
હે
they're
પછી
shutting
બીજી રીતે
down. It's
ટોન્ટ
11
મારી દે તું
HP.
બિચારાને
The
એવું થોડી
just
ચાલે
around the corner. He's dead and gone. Loud and knocking at the door now.
મજાક મજાક મજાક
NRG should be
કેમ
worried.
ચાલે બોલ
Vipers
લગન
bit and
જીવન
the
તારું
showstopper thrown into this as
हाँ,
well.
हाँ.
जोरदार तू आने कहीं ना वस्तु दे मत कह सके हाई टोंट मार
Just the lockdown
તો
available.
બિચારો જો એ તો
for
ભાઈ ભાઈને
NRG.
સાચું કઈ
Oh, there should be 10. They can't even
है
read.
भाई
Nope.
भाई तो भाई का
They're
मेहनत दुख
really,
दर्द माटे आओ
really
ना लगन जीवन
rough spot now.
पर दुख दर्द पूछवा
એ
हमारा
there.
हिसाब से आने दुख दर्द
I've
છે,
credited
તેના
Quarantine
માટે
previously for how good his flashes are for
તો
એ
setting
તો
up Aspas.
દેખાય જ છે કારણ કે ગેમ
Shift
એનો ગેમ રમવાનો ટાઈમ ઓછો થઈ ગયો એટલે દુઃખ દર્દ એને દેખાય
towards
જ છે એમ
connector, finding Som.
हाँ, साची बात है
તો હું
No
बेचारा बहुत
utility.
दुखी मारा राज
No awareness actually on the side of NRG. There's a very deep hold from Som.
તારું કેમ ચાલે બોલ
Anticipating that
સુરતમાં
pressure
ફાવી
coming
ગયું તને
towards site.
हाँ जो एडजस्ट आवाज
મજા આવે છે
મજા તો આવે
Yeah,
ને
two
બસ
stingers.
ખાલી સુરતમાં ખાયા પીયા કરવાનું એટલે મજા જ આવે
આમાં કેવું થાય કે
An awful lot for NRG to
એક
make
બાજુ
this
છે
one
સાગર
work.
એક બાજુ
કેમ એટલે
એવું એમ અમારે
હા એ તો બિચારા છોકરાઓને આવું જ દુઃખ હોય જો આમ જ લગન પછી આવું જ થાય યાર
અમે જોડે છીએ અમે એવું નહીં કહેતા કે કાં તો એ કાં તો હું એમ અમે એવું
ના
નહીં કહેતા
એમ નહીં પણ આ બધી માઓ અને બધા પપ્પાઓ એ પછી વહુનો સાથ જ લઈ લે છોકરા બીજા એકલા જ પડી જાય કાંઈ એમ અમારી હાથે એવું જ થાય
હા તો એ તો કહું છું તું મળે ને એની જોડે બેસ એની જોડે એમ પૂછ ભાઈ તારું
They can spam
કેટલું
with the,
શું દુઃખ છે દર્દ છે તે
decay
રડે
here,
થાય
sorry.
એ તો અમે ગેમમાં ડિસ્કસ કરશું કે કેવી રીતના કે લગન જીવન પછી હું બદલાઈ ગયું તારી લાઈફમાં
સારું ને તો એને એવું કહું છું કાલે ને કાલે જ ગેમ રમવા પહેલી તકે ગેમ રમવા
હા હમણાં તો કીધું તો ખરી કાલે બપોરે આવજે હા તો બોલો
કીધું એને તો કાલે બસ તો કાલે આવે ને એટલે કાલે બંને શાંતિથી વાતો કરજો
બધું બિચારાને પૂછી લઉં
ભાઈ મને છે ને આખું કોલ રેકોર્ડિંગ કરી મોકલજો મને ખબર પડે પારદી શું દુઃખ પડે
સારું તને હું કરવા કેવું
ભાઈનું સારું
એ તો ઈચ્છું જ છું પણ પછી તું એની પર ગુસ્સે થઈ તો બિચારા
It
પર
does so much damage. Brings Aspas down
તું રવા દે
to so low
ગુસ્સે જતી જ
HP.
નહીં
And immediately, as soon as the spike is noted, they shut the
હા
door on B side.
હા એટલે જોઈ નથી સાંભળી જાય એમ
હા આપણે જૂઠા એક નંબરના
That's heartbreaking for Loud. They've said it, 2 stingers, 2 sheriffs, a frenzy. Forgot to mention the
તું તો
name.
અત્યારે ઘરે જ છે ને
That's all they needed.
હા હમણાં ઘરે જ છું
ઇન્ટરવ્યુ આપી એવી નું થયું હા એ જ વચ્ચે અમે રમેલા ત્યારે બોલતી હતી એટલે મેં જ પૂછેલું કે ઉર્વીનું પછી અત્યારે તો ઘરે જ રહી છે ને ત્યાં કહો ઇન્ટરવ્યુ આપી આવેલી એક બે જગ્યાએ એમ
ગઈ છું જોઉં છું હવે તો
બીજું મને કોણ કહેવાનું એ જ કહેવાનું ને તો હું
આપી નાખજો ત્યાંથી કોઈ આન્સર નહીં મારે આન્સર આપવાનો છે એવું છે
તો આપી દેવા ચલો ફાવતું હોય ગમતું હોય તો આપી દેવા
જોઈએ તો બીજી અમે તો પછી આપીએ
બરાબર એકાઉન્ટન્ટ જ ને તું તો નાઈસ નાઈસ મજા આવે છે ને સુરતમાં ક્રિસ્તા પાર્ક પર રહ્યો
So Arda's got to be careful.
મજા આવે ને પણ હું આવીને હવે
Well,
તમે
let's going to look for the pincher. We'll find
હું
him.
આવીશ હું રજામાં
Get ahead of
આવીશ
this
ચલ આ
rotation.
વીકમાં
That's the 2 members coming through mid.
વચ્ચે આવેલો ત્યારે તું ઝીલના
crashes.
ઘરે રહી ગયેલી મેને પૂછેલું બી કે ઉર્વી ક્યાં છે
That's the
ત્યાં કે
adjustment
ઝીલના
on the
ઘરે
plan
રહેવા
here.
ગઈ
Great
તો
awareness from
તમે
Loud.
એમાં છે ને વચ્ચે જવાના છીએ મહુવા ને એવી રીતે
હું કઈ છે મવાયું
જવાના છીએ
ક્યારે અચ્છા અચ્છા બરાબર બરાબર
તો તને રજા તો તું તને તો સેટરડે સન્ડે જ રજા આવે ને કાં તો સન્ડે આવતી હશે ને
નહીં સેટરડે સન્ડે રજા મને
સેટરડે સન્ડે ના બસ ત્યારે આવજે
ઓકે ડન આવીશ હું આવીશ
અને 5મી રફતાના કોન્સર્ટમાં
હિના હિના અચ્છા એ આપના જ છે મને નહીં ખબર અચ્છા અચ્છા તો આપણે જઈશું વાંધો નહીં એ તો આવવાનો જ નહીં એ કેમ નહીં આવવાનો તો બિચારો હવે કમાય તો ખરી કે નહીં યાર
That economy, even
મને બંને બાજુ બોલે તો હું યાર
See how it lies for NRG here.
ઉડાવે એને 13 લીધો
13 હું 13 લીધો
આઈફોન
એ તો ખબર જ છે ને
મને કેવી રીતે ખબર પડી
Let's
ક્યારે
bring the stinger into this.
અચ્છા એની ભાઈ 11 હતો કે 11 પ્રો હતો હા હા હા
There's nothing behind this. If Loud
અચ્છા
win this
અચ્છા
round,
હા હા
you
હા
have to feel like it goes
મને
to
11
overtime.
મને લાગ્યું 11 નું મને એ યાદ હતું બરાબર કોંગ્રેચ્યુલેશન કહે છે એને મારા તરફ
13 માટે
ને લગન માટે બી
લગન માટે બી કીધું
There's a pop flash and a swing allowed. Send them packing. Oh my
Okay,
word,
Jay.
that's perfect. And now just crashes. Still putting up a heroic performance. Oh my god, he's read it. He's absolutely read it. But he's just being melted. Oh my god, what an
અચ્છા તારી
attempt.
બધી બેનો બી તાજ છે
7 HP is the difference. But it's
એટલે તો
11
બિચારો
for
મારો ભાઈ
Loud.
એકલો પડી ગયો છે
And it looks like this could be OT beckoning. What can they buy here?
What a pace change from NRG to try and catch Loud off guard. That slow default, we've seen them rely on time and time again. And when the pressure mounts here in round 23, NRG
એવું
try
નથી
and
કહેતો.
capitalize.
એવું છે તમે લોકો તો એવી રીતે પ્રિટેન્ડ કરાવો છો મને તો બહુ ખરાબ ફીલ થઈ
7 HP.
ના ભાઈ એવું નથી તું તો ભાઈ
Could
ભગવાનની
be the
માણસ સારી જ છે
difference
તું તો
હા
More chance for NRG in regulation.
તો હું
one
ના, ના,
more
કોઈ વાંધો નહીં, તમારે
chance.
પૂછી
જેવું
જોજે
હોય.
ક્યારે સાગર ને તારું કઈ એવું બોલ્યું હોય તો પૂછી જોજે કાયમ મેં તારું જ બોલું ભાઈ.
ભાઈ મને કોઈ વાંધો નહીં મને કઈ નહીં મને ખબર છે તો મસ્તી કરું
હા એમ એ તો વિચારાને તમે લોકો
તું
બધી
ફિરકી લેતો હતો તો મેં બી કહી ચૂકલા તારી ફિરકી લે લો તો
આ
બધા
રીતના
હમણાં આવું કરો છો
બધા એવી રીતના તું ગ્રુપ અપ કરી નાખે તા બધી બહેનોને લઈને તો પછી એ વિચારો તો એમ તો મારો ભાઈ એકલો કાફી છે એ તો એકલો કાફી એ જ ને એકલો કાફી જ છે
કાફી છે સાગરના કોઈની જરૂર તો નથી
એ જ એ જ
15 બેન બી આવીને મેં એકલો એવો કાફી છે કે બધાને બોલતી બંધ
They try and run the clock down
કરાવે
here. Sadak's
એ તો
lockdown
એકલો જ
could
બરાબર
be the
છે
difference maker. Atsy's invested here. They're going to trade off.
તું એના માટે બહુ પેલું નહીં કર
This
મારો
is
બિચારો
mayhem, this
ભાઈ
is
મારો બિચારો
pandemonium.
ભાઈ
NRG are on the side, they're trying to catch him in the heels. Calzie's gone
વિચારવું તો
down,
પડે જ ને
looking
યાર
for
હવે
more. Less denies,
ભાઈ
that's
ઉર્વીને
Crushes
રાખ
eliminated. Now they have to
મજામાં
respect these
એ
ults.
તો
And now
કાયમ જ
play
રહેવાનો છે
begins
તો
again.
ખબર જ છે
FNS finds it, Less is gone. Four standing for NRG. And now Aspas telling
Sorry.
Tuis, what are you going to do about this one?
Super dude.
Som's on the spike.
What?
And now FNS finds Aspas. Tuis,
Chalo,
he's still
Murat થઈ
firing
ગયું.
off. Oh my god,
ના ભાઈ
Som
નહીં
tries to hold
તો
it.
પછી
And he's still doing what he can.
પછી એ ચલો એ તો ચાલે મોબાઈલ ના પડવો જોઈએ
It's gonna be OT! 12 apiece!
બરાબર બરાબર સારું સારું
Bring the game back!
હા મળીએ મળીએ
Unbelievable
હા
આમાં
ચાલ
ફોન કટ કરવો તો કેવી
that we've even made it this
એ
far.
તો એ પેલા સાગરને કે ને એ કરી
How
નાખશે
fight have they done that?
સારું ચાલ મૂકું
What a
Bye,
comeback for Loud
bye,
to
bye.
claw their way back in. And what a crazy round to see it happening. Another round by the finest of margins.
डिस्कनेक्ट हो
Tuis,
गया क्या हाँ हो गया
what is that first shot?
ये
What
सागर
is
की वाइफ
that?
थी
Oh, and Sadak. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like that. It's like that.
Apparently so.
भाई मैं वही देख रहा था कब से भाई
Crashes ने 1v4 निकाल
I
लिया
mean, dare I say again,
मालूम है जो वो भी
this
देखा
could
मैंने
be decided by 7 HP.
Yes.
That was how we even got the
Yes.
opportunity.
And now, operator out for Aspas. We're in OT. 12 apiece. This is what it's all about here
Loud उड़
between
गया
these
किसी
two.
का
Already seeing this adjustment, Loud the awareness of what didn't work for them in regulation. This time around, Sadak giving up sight, a little bit of a trap play
Yeah.
towards elbow. Almost hoping to capitalize on that nano swarm to do a little bit of chip damage and maybe
फिर से
find a
भी
kill.
गए वो लोग
Okay, and not
ये
just
जा
going
ही
through
नहीं
the motions, right? This is all clean, but
Five
this time
retake.
not drawing any first blood, no chip
Yeah.
damage done.
And actually, they don't even clear through to elbow, looking to potentially reset to a very, very solid long hold.
How does Loud get back into this? This time they're now
Loud
running
ने
with
निकाल लिया एक और
operators
five
in their hand, a
retake
little trickier to bring into this.
retake
Yes,
कर
they're
लिया
clearing
तूने
the
वहाँ
back
पे
lines, but
देख
they're
लिया।
gonna move on here. They have no damage achieved so
चार retake
far.
क्या वो लोग
So these
भाई?
first steps have to be essential to outcome. Calzine
एक
slowed down,
एक
Sadak
वो लोग
plays
वो
towards the
लोग
back of
ना
the site and
देखना
does
वो
find
जेट को हर
Som.
बार फ्लैंक
That's
नहीं
the
फ्लैंक
first
नहीं गया
bit
इस
of
बार
damage achieved. And now he looks with the tap on the spike. Next victim, FNS. Calzine and Sadak, they're just heating up. He's pushing the wall. He's
Tuis
getting
is
so
sticking it.
close. And Tuis is not stopping. They've got to try and get past the wall. And it's going to be Loud. Surely. Oh my god.
there it is.
He didn't get the
अबे
kill.
उसको मार देना
He
जरूर
cannot connect. It's 13 for
देखा तूने
Loud.
देखा देखा
अगर उसको
Oh,
मार
this
देता
अरे
one
ना
out of
यार
ammo.
हो जाता
He
है
runs a
दो
headshot with
सेकंड
the
दो ही सेकंड
classic, but
उधर
it's
आके
not
डिफेंस
enough.
करना पड़ता होता ही नहीं
It's timeout time for NRG. Panic
Almost हो गया।
stations. It could not have gotten closer.
क्या
Watch this
लगता है
one
अभी
again.
यार ओटी में गया ये
Watch it back.
लीड में भी
Loud taking the fight to them. And bloody hell, Artist gave it all he had, quite literally.
And you can see
oh my fucking god
just how close. There's so little separating these teams here on Pearl. So many rounds.
ये
Two of
फॉर्मेट
the
बहुत
greats
खराब है क्या
touch Valorant.
एक मैच
And
हारे तो
whatever form,
डायरेक्ट
given
बाहर
that core coming into these next rosters. New names, similar faces, and a similar caliber of game. These two are incredible to watch. And now NRG staring down the barrel of a gun here.
लीड में
They need something, and they need it quick.
Beautiful
फिर से उड़ने
adjustment from
लगे।
Loud though. Like I said, the awareness of exactly what went wrong for them. These adjustments on the fly. First round of overtime. A beautiful retake onto B side. Actually, adjustment on the side of NRG as well. They didn't overindulge. They didn't dig deep onto site. And they were so close to converting that, Lauren. It's heartbreaking round one of overtime.
वो देखा था scout और what do नहीं भाई.
This year's most open heartbreak at this point. 13 to 12, the pressure mounting.
अपने यहाँ तो
Crowd is
controversy
on their
बहुत
feet.
चलती
They
है
are
बे,
waiting for
community
this one.
में.
Flash. Well, note the players, NRG.
Drifting on this.
Three, they're working behind it. This is going to be an all-out brawl on long. This could decide the game if they commit to this.
अभी ये लोग कुछ नया कर रहे हैं.
So tense now. Victor gonna try and find that info. Straight out, it's mirrored. It's so identical, and it's Som finds Aspas first. And now Loud on red alert, but they're looking elsewhere. It's FNS to greet them over by Art this time. Maybe paint this round a different way. They hadn't had much test really at this point before. FNS trying to hold them back here. They've actually dismantled that pressure on long. They've fallen back towards site.
Try and let this one burn a little bit. Som tagged up early on, will get healed up from Victor. I think Sadak maybe even just spotting, yeah. A pixel out of place. No confirmation on the flash, and actually Som will drift all the way towards A site here.
Oh, this.
Info नहीं मिली बे इन लोग को.
Can Les do enough here to sell this fake?
Well,
Camzine's found one, Victor will fall.
but do they check? Do they check on Ardis? They absolutely don't. It's one. He's seen a second. He knows he's got a second here. But those seconds are dwindling, and he's going to make. Oh, Ardis! The myth himself is coming alive, but Sadak wants to deny it. Quell that
कुछ भी लग
pressure.
गया.
Oh my God! You cannot turn your back on Ardis here. It's a 3v2.
हाँ.
Less than Sadak. 12 seconds. Time is fading in front of them. 10 seconds now left. He's got another, and now a 1v2 crashes in FNS up against the man
Oh
himself.
भाई,
Sadak.
2v2
He
आया
spots
था.
one. It ain't enough. NRG carry on the series.
से नहीं होना चाहिए था match.
What an outrageous
A
shot
heartbeat
from
feels
Ardis
already.
to define this round. The number of times NRG have punished Loud from that position, it goes unchecked once again. And it's the deciding factor here in round two.
दिन में ये क्या लग गया
Come on. Come on.
देखना ऐसे ही मार दिया कुछ भी. तुक्का.
Scout's powerhouse himself.
मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ
Doing
टीम वालों
well.
का हार्टबीट क्या चल रहा रहेगा
Him and Crash, he's having a series, but you have
हम
to do
लोग
it
तो
again.
वो
It's
हो
13
जाते हैं
13.
क्यों?
We dive
कंटाल
back
जाते हैं
in,
वो टीम
my
में
guy.
जाता है तो.
अरे आप टूर्नामेंट है क्यों वो
नहीं ऐसे मैं अपना बता रहा हूँ कि अपन जो अभी ओटी में जाते हैं तो हम तो कंटाल जाते हैं ऐसा ओटी में कि अभी तो हो गया ऐसा.
Send a bit of utility down here. Very rare we've seen NRG drift away from this as a fake. Only that one round.
Yeah.
Victor opted to call that audible into Link.
चला मेरे को हार्बर आ गया है. क्या क्या बनाते हैं
Operator though
क्या
will
क्या बोल
find
रहा
one, picks up
है. हाँ देख
crashes,
लिया.
and he sees nothing
नहीं
behind him.
डेबिक नहीं यार.
Big info here.
Why did you try
Still
to?
site success to
Full
some
energy ने
extent for
qualify कर
NRG,
लिया.
but it's FNS actually to claim two.
What the fuck?
And
हाँ
Ardis
bro
this time decides to get a little further ahead. Stunner of a shot coming out. Makes it away for now. The spike
Nice.
now in their side. Les, Calzine and Aspas. This
हाँ,
is a
heal
brutal
मिल गया,
retake
चलो.
now to pull off.
And
Two
Aspas-
towards long, two
Aspas
still
still
on
has
site.
the operator.
4v4
Potential here to swap
Operator
out
के साथ
weapon. No, I
retake.
don't think he can.
No.
little bit
A little too far
hard.
away, maybe towards CT if you were trying to get
मेरे
one,
को
but now
एनर्जी का
time's
इस
really starting to
एक
work
वो
against
अच्छा नहीं
them.
लगा कि
Ardis,
कोई भी बंदा
he is
फ्लैंक नहीं
coming
कर रहा
alive
है
in
एक भी
OT.
राउंड.
2 kills already. FNS takes the next point of attention. The
ऐसे
utilities
क्यों कर रहे हैं ये
coming
लोग?
in, and NRG demolishing Loud here. One more
Oh
round,
हो सॉन्ग विद द क्लच.
and we go to the next.
क्या बोल रहा तू
An
एनर्जी का एक
opportunity
भी
to close
प्लेयर
once
फ्लैंक
again
नहीं
for
कर रहा है
NRG.
ऐसे.
Right their wrongs from regulation.
सब साइड में बैठे रहते हैं. वो एक को फ्लैंक
Starting
रहना
to
चाहिए.
heat up Ardis. I said it had been a while, but pulling up such a performance on this race.
मेरे को तो यहाँ पे भी वो हुआ थोड़ा. वो ऊपर से कूदा ना तो मर ना जाए.
हाँ
Performance out of him now.
6 HP पे ना
The impact alone in OT is fabulous. Loud have pumped
That's my
the
dog.
brakes.
टाइम आउट लिया लोग ने
And this time around, even actually finding that
Dart
opening
kiya,
engagement,
boba.
NRG
वो देख बैठा कैसे को डूइस
still recover this.
कैसा खेल रहा है देखा
Follow through on that B site, execute this
एक पैर
work
चढ़ा के.
so well
ऐसा
for
कैसा
them.
बंदा कैसा खेल सकता है बे फ्रीली वैसा
Curious here if we see something very different from Loud. As they're back on the attack,
पक्षा का गद्दे कभी देखा होगा
क्या कब
backs against the wall.
सेंटियर्स इज फैनेटिक
उसमें क्या
भीड़ सबसे ज्यादा होगा
The fact this
Ah.
even got competitive
एल
is
क्लासिको है
unbelievable, isn't it? Such a deficit throughout regulation at times. Closed in on. taken here to OT. 13-14. If NRG win this, fracture. I'd love to see it. Look, I just want it for the sake of the game. Loud close out, fair play, but still.
This has got an operator. He's looking to really mix things up. He's towards double doors right now.
And that was a pressure point. It was a big pressure point. Kawazine,
He's got one!
Quick as lightning! This strikes and Kawazine's down. NRG are dragging this game into the third. 3 more bodies to locate and put in a body bag.
5v3 वैभव देख तो जल्दी जीटी बेट पे देख 5v3 हो गया है
NRG previously have done so well at converting these rounds with a man advantage. They drift into a much deeper hold here on A site. They're going to explore B main. That should open things up for them. Stuck behind this alarm bot now. And that's the green light. Ardis going to make his way back towards A now. A double flank coming
हो
through.
गया ना nice
Crashes just falling away at the right time still. Not overstaying his welcome, keeping cool in this. You don't want to give them opportunity. When Aspas is still standing, there's still always a chance.
And a key molly just to slow things down here, actually. To buy time for this flank.
You need one of them to find big impact
Oh
here,
my
Mike. Aspas, this has to be everything, and FNS sends him away. Less than 2Es for Victor. Oh, it's perfect. And we have to go the distance. Surely 2Es trying everything he can. He's got so much more work to do, and it ain't gonna happen. This game demanded it. It deserved a third.
12-13 पे अगर पैसा लगा था ना मैं उस पे
Fracture now on the horizon. I cannot wait.
किस पे वाले में
What a
एनर्जी पे
map here on Pearl.
500 का 2500
Initially
मिला
NRG with so many chances to close this out. Loud clawing their way back in. I've got to say it again, Ardis and Crashies as well. Crashies had
big.
such an insane performance here on Pearl.
holy
So many
shit
rounds
चल मैं
just
जाता
on
हूँ
back
सोने
of those two players.
हाँ 12:30 हो गया ना
I've got to say it, this felt didn't have the same bite, the same pop that we've seen previously from this Loud composition. Could be signs of the pressure starting to get to them.
Certainly could, but I feel like if it was anything other than a third map, it just wouldn't have been right for this game. Man, it feels like so many different stories have happened throughout just this one map. So many different swings of capability, back and forth. And my, tip of the hat to Crashes, had a great performance, but Ardis to me on a role that we haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Worked well.
But also just to credit some of the minute adjustments that NRG made. Number of times Loud on this slow creeping default. Then to have things like the operator coming out in overtime just to completely disrupt some of the things that worked so well for Loud. You've got to give credit to FNS in that regard.
Absolutely, between him and Chet, really fabulous work here. And on the other side, I mean, Loud heated back into this game out of nowhere. You can see it throughout these couple of moments. We saw, what the difference of 7 HP made. One player made a shot going astray. I mean, some of these moments.
Yeah. If that would have been something that obviously Loud then capitalized on and close out, that would have been insane.
Could you believe it? Wow.
The headshot as well from Ardis with the classic. Cool. So many moments in this map, and we get another one.
And it's one of the maps that was so characteristically good for NRG back in the day, or Optic, should I say, back in the day then. But Loud always were up to the challenge, always up to the task. Mike, I just can't believe we're going the distance now.
Yeah, I don't even know how to call this one now. With how map 1 went and how close and affair map 2 is, it almost come into this, it basically becomes a best of 1.
Absolutely.
Literally, I mean, I'm so... As the decide.
Loud. It's going to be Aspas and Sad.
So have they pulled out? A little bit slower on that attack.
This one coming.
Placed with Loud and NRG getting overrun. Instantly, Calzine and Aspas break down Som and Ardis and draw first blood.
That pinch is perfect as well. The fault line, so precise. A double flank coming through from Bridge, but Tui's on hand for the first and the second.
On.
It's a Prime Gaming flawless to kick things off here on Fracture.
Ferocious start from Loud, coming out swinging, cracking down on NRG. And I want to see if this pace can continue.
This is exactly the sort of thing I'm talking about. Just absolute commitment to this composition working for them.
Yep.
And NRG, even here, you can see they're set up potentially for a set piece to open things up, but Loud are so ahead of the curve.
We're learning as we go, and the purchase is hefty. Coming out from Loud here, 2 rifles on the board so far. Less and it's Aspas, yeah, with theirs, and it's just classics on 1 sheriff for Ardis. And that's all they've got. Proactive work to clear. But again, what do you do with it when you find out all that information? You still only really have classics here, trying to maybe get a read on the overall game, see what they can extrapolate early on.
Loud was so good at this, by the way, finding the space on A main and feeling no resistance there, and that mid-round in place to immediately punish it. But NRG are here, they have numbers.
They don't really have the weaponry to do it, but the flash is really solid. Less than Aspas still mowing them down. Hold on, there's a little bit of a fight back. But it is now just Ardis. Calzine is low, Sadak chipped away at, but Les still sitting pretty. Spike can be planted. Time is on their side.
Be able to retain that Phantom as well. So actually a Bulldog to round out the 3rd weapon saved across. Actually in a position for Aspas to get a rifle back on the board as well. So I'm curious here, NRG, do they get proactive? Just coming back to reference that Gen G game, they were tested. Loud stretched to the absolute limits. And some of these slow burn rounds look better on this composition. The mid-rounding was so good from Sadak. I'm so curious to the pace we'll see here from NRG, particularly on the defense.
Nothing too out of source thus far.
We should catch both, actually.
Yeah, that actually probably will. They're in a whole lot of trouble. Yeah, they are in dire straits. FNS, actually it's Victor on the swing that found the perfect timing to try and back him up just as FNS fell. He did manage to get the punish, but Les swings up towards tower. This plant does go in and safe to back away. 3v3 post plant now. Tui's though, gonna catch Crashies. How the hell did Tui see him then?
Seeing something we don't, that's for sure. Artist now, a 1v3 once again. Can he get anything done here? Gotta consider just holding on to this rifle. But he wants another stab. We'll spot out Cow and Zine. That should force Loud a little deeper here. The fault line will catch.
Oh, sharp still. But I think he knows his days are numbered if he sticks around. Yeah, time to try and peel away from this. Stuck around long enough to take one with him, but still. This pace from Loud is good, and you gotta say, for me, once again, Tui's, what an outstanding addition. Oh, this lovely stuff still. Keeping hold of the rifle, taking him away. You can at least keep Loud's economy slightly humbled, not swelling as much, but still fine on the repurchase.
Yeah, we'll force the repurchase, but still as good as a purchase behind this for Loud as well. And it's reminiscent, at least here in the first 3 rounds, of what we saw on Split. That commitment to overwhelm. Right, Tui's just got 2 blind. Yeah, just 2 blind headshots through the smoke. And when players are hitting shots like that,
what are you meant to do?
Exactly. Sting is here to round out, actually, to complement this rifle in the hands of Ardis.
Oh, he's trying it, Ardis. A valid attempt, just trying to be some sort of saboteur to this FNS. Deleted as Aspas strikes in the sight. Taking over tower, no more resistance. It's just the Stingers left here. The plant's in, Loud. Lovely on approach.
Will find another isolated here. Crashes will close that out. It is a 2v2 now. The Nano Swarm will find one, and actually a little fumble there, but Cow and Zine will clean it up. Beautiful adjustment as well. Ardis takes contact and the awareness from Cow and Zine to adjust that fault line to catch default. Also, actually, to catch tower as well, at least the stairs out of tower.
Yeah.
Loud's ultimate's just about coming online now. Well, 3 out of 5 available, missing the Rolling Thunder and the Showstopper. NRG do have an Orbital Strike and a Blade Storm to work with. Aspas to invest his. Saving through here, potential to get the Operator online in the next.
Ooh. The aggression on the test here. But Aspas exploding towards sight. No Som on the way through, but by now the spike's actually being safely ferried through. Cow and Zine going to get a plant, very unorthodox thus far. Sadak might get the next layer of contact just around the corner. Great timing and completely unaware. NRG seems so out of it.
You hear this drop as well. Crashies isolated, but still finds one.
It's still a 2v3, it's possible.
Crashies has the Rolling Thunder. They're both coming from the same side.
Oh, but Ardis really heads up played, still just have that diligence in case Aspas was lingering. Tui's, do they catch him? Yes, they do. But how do they clear that out? Or do they even have the time for this? Can they just start that defuse?
They could stick it.
And
they could
now
absolutely
Ardis
stick
needs
this.
to defend this. Les needs to get involved. He has to try and do something. The stick on the defuse. They've answered back with a second to spare. First on the board for NRG.
You think there the Rolling Thunder was almost going to miss that player in main, but luckily finding that kill ahead of it. And NRG on the board. Big investment from Loud, actually. See a couple of seconds difference here with the lockdown. It's a great awareness, though. As soon as they find this kill onto Tui's, they know they have the time to full stick that, unless actually tagged up very low. Put in a rough spot. The aggression continues for NRG. Go through the space, but Victor find the information on the back of it, the smoke, to prevent any quick progress here on the side of Loud. But again, able to navigate their way through the absence on A main.
Oh, less.
It's always less than Sadak, constantly pressuring here.
And look at the attention they've drawn. Craving a response, NRG responding kind, but now Victor not going to be able to, desperate to slow this down, and does really well to buy this amount of time.
The smoke almost going to seal the deal here. Loud should have access to sight, but they're hesitant.
Oh my god, Artis, turn around. Yeah, he's going to catch less and send him to the Shadow Realm. Sadak going to burst on the site though. Loud should be able to get a plant out of this, but Artis on the way. The surround's going to come in. Sadak swings through, takes the fight towards CT as Tui's to succeed against Som. And now the push through again. Sadak going to double down on this aggression. Loud fighting for territory and winning it. And now FNS and Artis, what do you do? Up and above Artis! Decapitates, goes in, takes down Sadak, and now Tui's has to sit and watch as NRG fight their way back in.
Loud make the right decisions here. You can see the awareness of potentially Artis making his way all the way into Arcade already. The aggression comes through with the Rolling Thunder. Artis with two fantastic shots. Keeps Loud in check. Just 2 rounds separating them. The timing there almost. If Les, I think Les actually goes quick on the rope initially. About halfway, and I think that's why. Artis still catches him. Just a second or two either way. We were talking about slim margins on that previous map. Continues here on Fracture. Loud will call a timeout. Like I said, a little bit hesitant for me there. Outside B main, usually so good at reading the setups and playing this reactive play style. This time around, a little offbeat.
You can see the check-in here from the coach. 20 more seconds to have a conversation about what the approach may be. Chet on the other side. Now again, yes, Loud do have lead, currently at 4-2. But at this point, NRG starting to work it out, starting to hit that form, and we asked for a superstar performance out of Artis. Thus far, 10-3. Very good. More than up to par. But now we see what the adjustment is for Loud. Not letting this game get too far away, but the economy they will have to somewhat respect. You can see what the purchase looks like. I see a Stinger and Bulldog. Spectres, excuse me, not even a Spectre, just Sheriffs. There it is. Spectre for Aspas in the end. But the full purchase sitting pretty with NRG. Not really got too much behind. They haven't got that swell of wealth just yet with the 2 on the trot, but they will be soon if they keep this sort of performance up.
First time really, FNS is going to be tested off the rip here, because there's a couple more bodies, but Artis has found the space once again. NRG continuing to try and pressure this north side of the map.
They've had free access here towards Sand, though. We've seen it tested a couple of times. Crash is good for it, going to deny Sadak. Bulldog still in play, though, with Tui's. And 4 players very quickly here. Yes, Les is looking for that punish, but the commitment still looking like it's towards Sand, but not finding the success they really want. Smoke's going to come in, and NRG looking to confirm this. Maybe a little flash through, but it's going to be difficult. Yeah, there it is, turned wonderfully. Crash is still good for 1. And yeah, it's just not threatening enough. 4 standing for NRG, and again, gap closed, but that wasn't that full purchase here for Loud.
It's the point where we do get a little concerned with Loud's emphasis towards Tree and A main. That gap being exploited once again by NRG. See what the response is, whether or not the awareness is there from Loud. So they're basically hitting sight there where there's 4 people and minimal resistance elsewhere on the map. I'm already seeing 4 members of Loud heading across that direction now. NRG slip back into a much deeper hold here.
Yeah, the tempo change from NRG is curious as well, seeing this stark contrast. And it looks like they want to get a little bit further aggressive towards Som, towards Drop, but it's actually Victor who remains unscathed by this utility early. ensure no progress is made beyond this point, but they will lose control of Dish. So little by little, Loud trying to take over a little bit of this map after being kind of dictated to by NRG early on.
I think NRG with the correct read though. This is just a probe from Loud. Retrieve the orb. Still, 3 members digging their heels in towards B site. I think actually,
Double pump towards
yeah,
A.
this is almost perfect. Aspas should be able to dash onto site and create a lot of pressure. Perfect timing on the molly to slow things down though.
Really reading this well, 45 seconds here. Picked up, falls away, sits a little deeper. Yeah, gonna respect this. They didn't have that third man to the side, didn't manage to cheat him over earlier on, so.
It's only the Rolling Thunder for the retake here for NRG. If Loud can get a free plant and reset off it,
yeah, they have.
it might be completely mitigated.
Yeah, and again, no pressure on the back line either towards A main. This is gonna be difficult.
Yeah, they
Obviously
send it to site. It's
Yeah.
not going to catch anything.
No, absolutely ineffective this time. Aspas still waiting patiently as well, over by Drop. Denies so many chance to get into this retake. As FNS the one to see it though. Spots out one, does not see the second, already slipping through by Sand, but still up for the fight. Ardis being the tip of the spear, the defuse does begin. He's going to be putting his body on the line, he's going to be holding it down. Oh, lovely from Tui's though. And now just crashes, and he's seen Loud. Finding adjustment really well towards the A side.
Tui's such a safe pair of hands in A main there. You see how calm and collected he is to reset for the second. You almost think there, with 2 players being forced so deep in A main, NRG have the upper hand here.
Yeah.
FNS holding down the fort. This reset here.
Oh, Tui's, wow.
So clean with it.
This guy, see why he's on Loud. You can see why he was one of the high priority players to get into this roster. He looks marvelous. 10-6 for him, leading the board for Loud here.
Operator in the hands of Ardis here, so could be grounds for a little switch up here. Still proactive to clear through the north side. FNS going to be left on an island here. Adjustment of the trips as well. He's looking to try and shut down Aspas on this dash.
Let's see if it even comes into question. Already Ardis back on the case, but the timing just slips away. As Loud creep towards the site, and they're further ahead than expected. Could have a terrible surprise, but he's so aware. But Aspas is so quick. Denies Ardis any play this round.
But again, look at the setup in A main.
Yep.
Les and Sadak again take the space.
But I'm looking towards Dish. They're quick to this time, quicker, should I say. Still able to put in a potential fight here. Obviously, Loud don't know how clear this site is. That window of chance is slowly but surely closing. But the site is now somewhat under Loud control. Yes, NRG have to peel away from that.
Flank coming in nice and early though. See crashes. Have his hands full. But Tui's needs to survive. He has the orbital strike here. So he's that late round piece here in the post plan. I think actually NRG considering just holding on to this operator.
Yep.
With Som bringing a stinger in, he will get the upgrade. They will ride this one out.
And that fragile economy would be brought in. Would be a problem. Loud navigating this incredibly well though.
Do NRG switch up where they get aggressive here? I mean, A main always feels a little awkward to push through.
Yeah.
Especially without a raise in this composition as well. On the side of NRG. They need to prevent Les and Sadak from finding this space time and time again.
Yeah, this work from Loud is wonderful. Succeeding over by B,
I mean,
also
it's
taking that space on
It's
A.
a banger
marvelous.
of a shot from Aspas. You can't even
Of
fault
course.
Ardis there. The timing, pretty painful to watch, honestly,
Yeah,
with when he
just-
drifts back towards Arcade. Could have been a completely different story.
Yeah, the difference in that round being essentially one kill. That's it. 3-6 though. NRG decide to take a moment here. Holding for a second. And maybe wondering where do they get aggressive? Where do they take that next approach? Do they continue to try and clear towards Arcade through Dish? Or switch it up? Dare they challenge that A-hall approach, that A main positioning? That's the consideration. Still have that operator, was recovered in the hands of FNS, able to take it through to this round. Pop it back over towards Ardis, but the options then become Loud's kind of choice, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
They can then decide where do they want to adjust to just for the fun of it.
And it's tough as well to see the operator in the hands of Ardis. What's worked well for NRG is being proactive, right? They clear this space. They then reset. Artis is left to drift all the way around the north side. They're able to get ahead of Loud.
Yeah.
I think a key indication in that previous round is seeing FNS's utility. As soon as that cage goes up, they find the kill on Ardis, they see the cage go up, immediately Les and Sadak able to capitalize on that elsewhere.
Let's see what this timeout's done. So he's still with that ult in pocket. Only one that's currently in play. Aspas not far from his, one off. FNS has his, but again, you're looking at impact. And this is the man who could have it. Ardis and FNS now exploring deeper options. That's the first blood they needed. A double dip though, maybe overdoing it. Aspas even is out, but Victor on the other side of the map. He wants a bit of the action too. And now Loud at the man deficit again.
This is exactly the type of adjustment I wanted to see. Aggression through B main here, and as soon as Loud feel that, they look to capitalize in A main. NRG this time around with 3 members to shut that down.
FNS is going to be told he has to be ready. They've already cleared through A main. They know that it is coming towards his B side, and FNS is the only one here. Does he just hold tower? Does he play patience? Might be the name of the game. They've got freedom. Aspas starting to wander.
Double flank though from NRG coming through tree.
But that's going to be a loss of life to Crashies. CT now open.
Les found one!
How did Les connect that? Cow and Zine still on the side. They know where the final player is. Cow and Zine up against Victor. 2 utilities still to play, but it's just the guns in hand. Victor, second bite of the cherry. He's been tagged up now. It's the trade out. 11 HP on Cow and Zine. The flash, it's found him. Victor trying to play around this, readjust to the side. Oh, he's got him. Victor is the victor in this one. NRG up to 4 now. And this mind game, this chess game is back and forth.
That shot from Les, he was dead to rights. Victor will retrieve the operator. But straight away, seeing the perfect adjustment from NRG. A beautiful setup to almost bait Loud into what's worked for them previously.
Wow. Wow. What a game. Wow,
Curious now, I mean, it's looking as if Loud's answer to that is, right, we've drawn NRG into exploring towards tree and towards A main. Can we find anything from arcade? Or towards dish, potentially. Might fault line off this boom, but once again.
They're both in. Oh, they're so stunned up. Crashies and Som in perfect unison. Right place, right time, and Loud left in tatters. Oh, Les again. This guy's firing on all cylinders. But this is surely too far. FNS just trying to play his life. He's buying time. The spike is left 1,000,000 miles away. Oh, and the adjustment, FNS. Ambitious with the judge. 3 more to go. And they are low HP.
Yeah, Som and Crashies very low HP. Victor making his way back through tree, but have to show restraint here.
50 seconds to work with too. It is time to make something of this.
Trying to hide that operator as best he can.
Full utility kit to work with if he has the opportunity, but the double stack now down towards the underpass is a problem. And the next step could be fatal. Nothing on the first, and there's the second. NRG waiting. And the gap closing now. Loud not finding as many responses as they'd like here. And it will be tied up potentially at the half if NRG are able to convert this. Looking at the purchase as well for Loud, it will be lacking pieces.
It really will. One of them being a weapon, a Guardian in the hands of 2Es. But 4 ultimates to work with. And this is potentially cause for concern, considering it was an 8-4 half for Loud versus Gen G. And they struggled in the second.
Yeah, what a reminder. So many ults to invest this time though. But Ardis is on the case. Oh, and he's walking on water. He's walking all over him. 2 huge kills. Surely he's dead to rights. And actually, they got some as well. Maybe it's not over just yet. What can Victor do? He actually avoids it. But Sadak denies the ult's in place. It's a 3v2. After all that damage from Ardis at the start, it's all for nothing.
FNS will be identified on this flak. So, both Crashies and FNS position known. Utility on the spike. And time ticking away. Haven't got time for this slow approach right now.
It's so hard to clear this. With the utility on the site, what are you meant to do here? They've just got to run through the motions loud. If they keep their composure, they should take the lead into the half. Crashies sees the first potential target, but again, time is against them here. Working it down perfectly. FNS is just going to try and sit this one as best he can, and it's actually off. Hold on, there was a chance and it slipped away. Loud at 7-5 will be leading on this.
Give themselves a little buffer here for the second half, but the response is there from NRG. Ardis and Crashies once again putting up numbers for this team.
Yeah. As close as it could be here, 5-7. Loud do have the lead, but they struggled in this half in the past. We're gonna have to wait to see what happens now. Let's hand it back to the desk to talk about that first half we've seen.
What an incredible game of tug of war that we're seeing here between NRG.
NG being so slippery in some of those rounds, really mixing things up and almost playing, defying logic in some rounds, just playing so unorthodox, and that's not really NRG's forte.
There's 3 players, no subtlety about it toward Arcade. He's getting temptation, but it's actually just Ardis getting demolished. And it's just running. They're making a mad run for it, a mad dash over towards A. The other 2 holding towards spawn, seeing nothing, so they have to start being proactive. Sadak showing a little bit of patience here.
And Kawanzine, though, ready to play off this contact. Kawanzine, I don't think he actually has the fault line yet, so Sadak has to back away from this.
Sadak
just misses the nade. That could have been devastating.
Yeah, Crash is already down to 58. That would have been potentially huge. They get onto the site. The other hand, the time is actually good enough to catch one. It's a bit sloppy so far, a bit messy. Fought through by Tan. Kawanzine with a trade towards FNS. And that's fast. Taking it in the way of Loud. Soft stands. Cannot deliver. It's Kawanzine. Takes down Som. And Loud get the gateway forward now.
And Sideshow just alluded to this. This is massive for Loud to establish a lead here. Can they do it again? Can they convert this into a bonus? Which would be huge for them. Do NRG force back into this? I'm seeing a Bulldog off the rip here. I'm seeing light armors. I'm seeing SMGs.
Oh, Christ. Oh my God.
This could spiral out of control for NRG.
So precarious. Okay, Stingers Spectres, that Bulldog got traded out on. Jesus.
A lot rides on this.
Pressure moments now. Loud could start tearing away this game. Sadek does get checked on here. Gets caught up too by that as well, but no one to close the gap yet. Cowanzine by his side. Artis and Victor towards that right side of the angle though, already making progress. They might need to respect this.
I was going to say, now that they've seen there's a force behind this, Loud will back away.
Oof.
Big headshot, but Artis can't close that out just yet.
No, but it's quite equal footing here. Artis does find Cowanzine. Crashes! Takes away Sadek from the equation. Sights under wraps now, flying that NRG banner. The other two players who are over here have to respect this now, sit towards that sand side. Spike planted. Artis is low HP, but again, you've got so many other bodies to get through to get to him.
There's no pressure coming towards main either here. Crashies might get isolated with the molly. Forced into a corner, but it's not. Yeah, it will catch him.
Oh my god.
Tui's has got it.
Hold on. It ain't over yet. The three players from Loud trying to work out the 5 that was against them. Now just 4. 3-step towards the side. Victor spots 2. Com's going to be made. They've got to be able to support him on this. Where's the rest of the team? One by one. NRG are falling. Tui's tearing them limb from limb. But now just down to FNS and Artis. And he was already low. It's only FNS.
No way.
And Loud do the unthinkable. There's a 3v5. But the individuals from NRG just get torn asunder.
No way Loud have just got away with that. The molly comes so late from Som as well. But 2 pivotal kills put FNS into such an awkward position. He has to come back to main. A gut-wrenching round to lose for NRG. And a big boom for Loud.
For me, Tui's has been man of the match. Love what he's been bringing, the impact alone in some of these rounds. The ones that matter, ever present. And now pressure on NRG, starting to mount, but well, Artis certainly up to the test. Anyone else willing to try and succeed in Cowanzine? No.
Oh my god.
He's got so much of a chance. Artis traded that though. But they won out by Dish. So Aspas is still in this one. Oh, he's waiting. Anyone dare go for it? No. But he reads his fake so early on. This should be called out to less.
That's got
this
a
could
judge.
be a demolishing hold. Demoralizing. Artis somehow did wonders with that Sheriff. How do you get past less? He's just going to buy time. He's just going to be a nuisance as long as he can buy a couple more seconds. Smokes really good. Gives him space to work. Oh, and only Artis can try. And try as he might, he doesn't get past Tui's. It's double digits for Loud.
Look at that same position again. Potential to convert this. NRG will call the timeout. And they've had a fair shot of these first few rounds as well. Loud potentially getting caught off guard in some of these scenarios.
And you can feel that pressure starting to rise. The atmosphere thick with excitement here. The crowd knows this could break the back of NRG. Buy is here for them. Ult for Artis. 2 away for Victor. On the other side, lockdown for less. But again, NRG need answers.
That's a huge ultimate to have as well. Coming into this round that potentially could break the economy once again for NRG. That would give Loud 11 rounds and NRG a broken purchase. Potentially back on those stingers again.
Making the cameraman work for it. Jibcam's never worked so hard in his life. All right, 5 to 10. We focus back in and we look at the buy. I see Aspas, I see an operator, I see rifles beside it. For me, this could be one to truly start hammering those nails in the coffin of NRG. It's got to start now. That's what the timeout was for. And Aspas in early danger. Will be warded away down to 53, still able to make that operator work, but has to respect the early investment and falls away from Dish.
Not rewarded initially, down to 53 HP as well. Will back away from this. Actually, commitment from NRG behind it.
A little bit of a spam from Kawanzin, but not enough of a connection to really write home about anyway.
Eyes on less. Can he make it to dish here? There's one member in the form of Crashies holding this down to prevent this retake ultimate.
There's the pop of 1-0. As much as the pressure is here, you're right. The big swing factor will be by dish, and timing is everything.
Less
And
has got a
Crashies.
judge.
Oh my word, Les. Surely he can't close this gap. She should now be on red alert. Nice. There it is. Main threat now eliminated. They have to deal with the rest that's coming towards the site. Yes, Sadak is close. But you've got to feel everything is now favorable towards NRG. And waiting in the back lines is Som. In case he has to pull that trigger, going to invest it now. Time now on their side, and Loud want to keep these weapons. Rifle, the Vandal going to be kept with 2Es. The Operator with Aspas. And 3 walking away with their lives and around for NRG.
Big one. For 3 to survive as well. There's some footing in terms of the purchase here. Bladestorm and Rolling Thunder available for NRG.
Massive.
2 big ultimates. Loud encroaching on that orbital strike. Their own Rolling Thunder.
That one kill, truly essential to outcome, could have potentially changed how this looked. Judge not quite enough, but less right back into it. Still able to get a buy here. 2 judges, 2 Vandals and that Operator. And already proactive beginnings, Mike.
Doubling down, 2 judges now in the arsenal for Loud. Sadak playing very close up here with NRG happy to show presence very early on outside A main. A deep smoke. Kawanzin here in support. Should have that fault line coming back online shortly. NRG though, slipping towards the Operator of Aspas.
Precarious, dangerous. Waiting coiled like a viper. Oh my god, waiting to strike! Takes out Artist, takes up the head of the beast. And now NRG working with far less than before. The rest of Loud slip away slightly, not too far, still wanting to hold that A main control.
Victor found space on dish though. That should give Crashies an opportunity to get across the site. 2Es.
Rafter.
Does he spot this out though?
I don't think he's seen Victor. FNS did find Sadak, so still winning the fight over by main. The pressure, whether or not they expect it, is going to be coming through by Sanders. 2Es expect this. Yes, Kawanzin turns well enough to get the trade at least. Kawanzin now locked in between.
Big
a rock and
ultimate.
a hard place. No!
They found the kill!
A quiet performance from Som, but when he needed it, he finds it. FNS already tenderized earlier on, down so low. Good trade for Som. And the 1v2, Aspas needs a rifle, gets it. But the ults are there. Som and Crashies both have round-saving ultimates if called upon. Som trying to play safety. Aspas gives away position, trying to check as he goes. And the players will hold a good crossfire here, draws the attention on one side. Crashies digging deep now for NRG. They are not out of this game yet.
It's only really the judges that ultimately are the demise of this A main hold.
God almighty, how?
And that's got to be so frustrating. A crucial kill to flip this back in NRG's favor. Sheriff's into this one.
Yeah, could be 8. Very much could be 8. See if anyone gets any opportunities, any slipperiness to be had. But now that early attempt at aggression gets warded away.
NRG actually very quickly in a position where they have a little bit of a cushion in terms of the finances here. Very loose hold here on B. But Aspas, a ton of information outside tree. Sadak and Kawanzin, likewise outside A main.
Oh, what a shot. Oh, this instantly nullified. And that turret posing a threatening position for a moment there. Not going to get a second attempt at this though. Som going to take down Aspas. The site started looking far more secure. Nothing denying the plant. Looks like it's all through main. The threats. No, FNS not going to fall for that. And None of these looking too threatening just yet. Yes, that initial shot towards Ardis was a problem, but he's now able to kind of stabilize, sit back a little deeper. Should allow the cross to sight, handled well. NRG up to task, 2Es. Still good damage. Needs a whole lot more to make this round actually a potential.
Some already set up with a molly as well, yeah. Still on the picture-in-picture coming through. Should allow NRG to hold on to pretty much all of these rifles.
An attempt.
Tried to body block it.
Bloody hell. Making a go of it for sure, but you all can hear the time. It is just dwindling. Yes, they're doing some damage on the way out here, but it won't be enough to change the course of this round. NRG hurling this game back in now.
I feel like this is almost the pivotal round here. NRG not burning up a lot of ultimates. They're close to that snowball round, which could come.
I think Loud agree with you. This is quite a pivotal round.
This is a huge round for both sides. It won't reset the economy of NRG. But if there's investment behind this and Loud win out, it's going to reset a lot of this progress that NRG have built up already. Well, you see the operator in hand for Aspas. Showstopper available for Sadak as well. And the lockdown. Orbital strike behind that. For NRG, the only thing they're missing is Victor's null command.
Yeah. Tense now. Starting to feel it. Starting to feel that end of game pressure coming in. As you said, big swing round here. Certainly could be the gates fully open for NRG to kind of close round by round at that point. Money keeps getting brought back down for Loud. Ults get cycled through. Have to see how they work those investments here. There's a fair amount to play with. On the other side, have to give credit to my eye. Ardis, marvelous. Needs to keep it up.
Huge day for him.
Yeah, really showing why he was such a prized possession during this. Fitting in well, it looks like. And what a test for him coming into this roster, facing off against one of their biggest opponents. Not an easy task. A couple more seconds, we're going back underway.
Let's not forget, actually, that first run of 3 rounds didn't really equate to much because it's level pegging now in the second half.
How much they put to this? Oh my god. Oh, the flash is gorgeous from Victor. Opens up the A side, but will they expect the one player still here? Aspas, no, he's got one. How long can he stand here and try and take the fight? He takes one with him. He's doing everything he can. It is a 3v2 though, in less than 2Es. Still have so much work to achieve. The ult is ready though. Buying seconds here. The lockdown considered, I think. Rolling Thunder gonna come back in, just buying a couple of precious seconds, and the plant now attempted. There's the lockdown. Plant will not be denied by this, but that will deny the ult.
Again, a trade-off of ultimates here, and it almost locks Loud out of this site. 2Es and less. Still want to make a go of this.
They need a spark. They need something to ignite this round. 2 players on site, one above Som. Waiting on the swing here. There's going to be the investment of utility. It's done well too. He's still going to get one. Oh, I thought he was going to snap to it. Not to be. And here comes the spiral rounds. Loud now needs to be worried.
I was talking about investment. This one actually swings the pendulum back. Loud will be kicking themselves with that exchange of ultimates. This opening exchange was so close to going either way. The flash on the back of the boombot coming into the smoke and spotting Victor. And he's rewarded with 2 kills. But it's that investment of the lockdown when the orbital strike is there. 2Es throwing the orbital strike out. FNS baiting out perfectly with the tap of the spike. And that's effectively the wind in the sails of NRG.
They need someone to have an over-delivery in a round. They need an Aspas round, they need a Sadak round, they need something to change the outcome here. Because so far, the ball's starting to really roll for NRG. Less though. Gonna take a wind out of their sails a little bit. Let's get away with just a tag into the loving arms of Ardis. Good trade for Sadak, it ain't over just yet.
Showstopper available.
And you're right, but FNS gonna take down Kalanzin. Good, keeping even numbers. Aspas takes it right.
Oh my god!
Aspas doubles down! Doing wonders, we said we need heroics, and maybe he's the hero they need! Loud! Out of nowhere!
How have they done that? What a ridiculous round when everything looked so good for NRG on the way in. Out of nowhere, Loud pluck a Thrifty. Force a full repurchase. And all those positives, Lauren.
Yeah.
That I was just talking about. The wind in the sails, the economy built up.
Keep farming these kids.
Artist actually has to reconsider the operator because there's almost nothing behind this.
Knife's edge now. We wanted the spark, we found the spark to ignite. Loud again. It was 4 in a row for NRG, almost knocking at the door, bringing it back all even. Revitalized maybe Loud now. He looked towards 12, but NRG not done yet. Still have something to say in the matter. Artist, quick work, fast work, less. Still alive. Artist tries to dice him up. The flash not good. This is sloppy. It's not working out here. Aspas delivers a missile to the brain of Victor. Speaking of missiles, Sadek's got one of his own. Oh my God, posts it, finds nothing. And now they're falling like flies. Som still standing, less than Tui's. Got an uphill struggle and a half. The spike's down and they've got everything they want here. Tui's barely got utility to work with. Less, not really much to be seen here. And NRG looking like they want to answer back in kind, shoving it down their throats with 4 alive. And Les looking like he wants to slip away here.
Yeah, to at least scrape some weapons into the next, but what a response from NRG. Going toe to toe, fighting fire with fire here on Fracture.
Brutal.
And they'll get double digits. Aspas 4,200, Sadak 4K. Cowanzine and Tui's going to struggle behind that. And again, it's right down to the wire. 1 round separating them now. Som's 33 HP after that showstopper as well. Sadak desperate to find anything there. Unable to do so. Seeing Loud stacked up towards Dish.
Yeah.
Now they might just clear through the north side of the map once again. Repeat that Thrifty success. A stinger in the hands of Cowanzine though.
Time to mull it over, consider before they stampede. It's only less than Aspas here. Could be a quick rotation from Sadak, but again, keep in mind, his purchase is not perfect. Aspas perfect. Actually has a gap to work with here too. Out it is! Sent home! Sent away! And he wants more. Aspas hungering for it, fiending for it. And Sadak still got his side. FNS creeps. Oh, the timing! That could have been the death of FNS, but it's not over yet. Aspas is on the hunt. He wants blood. He wants FNS gone, and he's got him gone! Aspas! Digging deeper than before. This could be 12 on the board. Crashes though! Finds 2 back in. And now Aspas and Sadak still standing, but not for long. Crashes! Is it all his to be had? Aspas getting closer step by step, but he's down so low. And time is against him. The chances are going as we speak. An operator recovered and he bows out of the round. This is going to be it. 11 to 11. It's all even.
I can't believe it's coming down to this. Loud will struggle to scrape anything together here. This should give NRG 12.
You can't say Aspas didn't try. My God.
He needed the ace to close that out.
What a terror he was throughout that round, but Crashies answered in kind.
Big response from NRG.
Oh my God, this buy. It puts it on Aspas again. He's got an operator. The rest, the best they've got is a Judge and a Stinger, a Spectre even.
No ults to work with.
Could be crumbling in front of their eyes. This could be so heartbreaking at 11-11 if Energy finally take the lead here.
The only saving grace is it comes down to a purchase next round. All 5 members of NRG looking to waterfall from drop here. A smoke from Tui's. There's clearance elsewhere on the map. Yeah, the penny has to drop, but
wait.
NRG.
Hold on. What a call this could be. Do they leave Artist to try and sell them a Fable?
The mind game's in play.
But Aspas hasn't left yet. There's still not enough that sold them on anyone else moving from the site. This should keep him present. There is still a chance here for Loud.
They're going to try and fake. They're going to try and draw the rotation with some utility here.
Oh, wow.
But Aspas, he's active. He's clearing tree. He's going to keep 3 members allowed towards A.
Who do we have here? Calzine still sitting
This stun in the paint shell could be devastation. Actually, the paint shell built up a little early. 30 seconds left now, Lauren.
This is down to the wire. This is so pressured. 25 seconds. They have to make a move soon. There's no other option to it. It's time to go. Time to fall in towards the side 2Es. Is there anything that you've got? No! Overwhelmed. 12 is beckoning, but 12 seconds is all that they've got to get that plant down with nothing to stop it. We're in the post plant with 5 standing.
Still got that operator, but Aspas got to be conscious. He's going to find one. Crashes will fall here on the first peak. Loud are going for it.
But where's that next layer going to come from? How do you pry these players out of these corners, even with that operator?
Look at the discipline here from NRG.
Look at this dirty off angle from Som as well. Okay, one's dashed in. Victor ready for it. Oh, and it's perfection from NRG. It's 12 made, and the arena falls silent.
A purchase, yes, but no operator here for Aspas. It all comes down to this. Again, just, you can see some real positives here. The setup, the paint shell, the fault line, the molly. So many opportunities to stall that. The aftershock on top. Ever so slightly off with the timing. And NRG capitalize.
It's OT or it's GG. Loud facing down a terrifying prospect now. In front of their very own. Falling short of the mark by potentially one round. Well, the ult's invested too. They're trying to chase down these 2 players, but Aspas, he's pushed up by Dish. He still has a chance to maybe be the game changer.
No
the
dash,
difference
though.
maker in this. No, he's just got to stand and fight. How much can one man do? Oh my god, maybe just enough to spray. He's praying for it. He's not going to get it. Artis answers. Another 4v4. Smoke in towards Sand, and they're going to try and burst towards this. Ult goes in. Going to keep him humbled. FNS holding them back here. Sand goes down. The trade comes out. The spike now left loose on the ground. It ain't out of the woods just yet. A 3v3. And FNS maybe trying to slip through those smokes, but no, decides against it. Post-plant time. FNS, it's time! And the ult going to come up for the back of it too. He's just pulled so many problems in for Loud. In a 2v3, they've got to put everything into this or it's done for. Kawazine, he's trying so hard for his side. And the 1v1, FNS.
Oh my God!
Kawazine keeping hope alive for Loud.
What a round! What a round from Kawazine. FNS posts up a huge round from him to even get it to that point. I can't believe it. They refuse to give up. And it's 12-12.
There's no way we're here. There is no way we're here.
What is that shot? Ardis slapped on top side, the aftershock. And then the headshot to seal the deal. You can see the frustration.
You can hear the elation though. Christ, these new players are something else. How on earth did he just pull that off?
He's had such a quiet map as well.
Yeah, in the most dire times, he pulls off that. And is that it? Is that how this goes now? The round that changed the fate of Loud? Or is it just a blip on the radar for NRG who carry on forward? 25 seconds as NRG pump the brakes on a timeout. I want to reset that mentality.
Oh, we saw NRG really switch things up in the overtime previously. Loud, likewise.
Yeah.
We know how it went on map 2. So little separating them. Loud once again in a position to play overtime here on Fracture. Closed out 14-12 versus Gen G. Can they do the same again?
new hope is born from that round, as it's not over yet. 12-12, it's OT time between these two. And oh, ferocious start, but no blood drawn on either side.
Ardis very active, looking for a second opportunity here.
Oh, he's going for it as well. He actually might press that corner, but timing is everything. And already they're on the site. Sadek surrounded though. NRG instantly quelling the crowd, quelling that aggression. Calzine less than 2. He's not having that chance now to step to sight, but it's actually less to find Victor.
In fact, a ton of damage onto Ardis as well, forced him completely away from sight.
They've actually got side control to an extent here. Tap on the spike to draw the first fight, but they lose it. FNS this time will not miss towards Calzine. It's less than 2. He
must have heard that jump.
Centimetre apart, really. Spike not the focus, they need a pick. It's just too many bodies and they're falling. NRG look pissed off, they look mean about it. FNS individually, huge impact.
2 massive rounds back to back from FNS.
That's vengeance right there from the last one.
FNS hasn't been placing these aggressive traps. See how long it takes for Loud to realize they need to deal with that. Sadak punished for it. Ardis as well, rewarded for his aggression early on. Can NRG drag this across the line? Aspas noted here, no operator.
No.
Tag comes through. He'll be stunned up, has to respect this.
He does get away, and he has support from Dish, though. He has 2 players up there, so he's certainly not alone here.
First time we've really seen this all-in A-main take from NRG.
Dirty angle from Calzine. Sight now smoked, they're on the way. Spike in the hands, making it through towards sight. Plant's gonna come in, nothing to stop it, no utility to deny. It's down. Pressure starting to mount though. Trying to get away from the site just a touch, leaving Ardis isolated, but that's fine by him. Holding towards main. How do they break back in this for Loud? These seconds passing are heart-wrenching. Ardis with the first. Aspas finding the follow-up towards Som. It's a 3v3. Flash goes in, no one able to capitalize really. They're stunned up here, but they still can't break through those back 3 less. Thinking about it, and now the time is to strike. He's taken down FNS, and now he takes them all down. We go again. It ain't over. Loud refuse to lose, and NRG once again must face the music and go back in.
The full 5v5 retake here from Loud. This execute, first time we've seen it this well choreographed. This Aspas to be the deciding factor here from Loud, less to seal the deal. A beautiful take from NRG as well. So much value just on it, but they're so proactive behind these 2 smokes. They just can't hold on to it.
And the pace is quite quick. Making no mistakes this time.
FNS spotted.
No subtlety. What? FNS still good for a kill. That's obscene to me. Victor already considered. This time, there's potency to this hit. They're clearing the site early.
Eyes on Ardis. And let's find this kill on the flank again. No, Ardis has punished it.
Oh my god, and that's potentially a huge avenue open, feeling surrounded. Is there any safety to fall back to for Loud? Time ticking, but getting ever closer. That's a problem. Cowan's in, but it's alive! Som! Well, it pinned towards default. Aspas tries to turn the flash, but Som there! That's the time for Som! That's his moment to shine. A quiet performance, sure, but the moments are hitting now with 14 made again for NRG.
NRG do such a good job. I was just crediting how well they utilize these smokes, how much they achieve behind them. And this time around, the util coming through forces this plant to be safe, forces Loud into a position where they have to commit towards his sight hold. And with Ardis punishing that flank, it's so difficult for them to hold on to. NRG, another chance to close it out.
How much do Loud have left here? So many times now forced into this position, digging their way out twice. A 3rd time now asked of them. Sadak, how much have you got in the tank now? An attempt made towards B. Ardis springboards off the back of the knife, tries to take the position towards tower. Less unrelenting, but will fall. The trade there for Sadak, and it's just mayhem towards the site. Loud is still getting bodies on the ground, though. Guaranteed!
Oh my God!
Holds the line! And once again, it's FNS! This time in a 1v3. A tap on the spike. No one wants it. Oh, they've done it again! This game is bound to go on. Loud, how many times will they do this?
How is Cowanzine still alive? How has he still got ammo? It's unbelievable what we're seeing here. A massive round from him.
God, this matchup between these two is just second to none. I don't care what finals we get, I don't care what tournament point we're at. This is one of the greatest matchups we've ever had.
And it sets the tone for both teams. Whoever continues here in Sao Paulo. Ardis. Ever so slight miss on the operator this time around.
Oh, punished though. Could be held in place, no one there to close down on it, but Ardis calling for support now. Feeling that pressure, and he uses the smoke criminal, flies in, takes out Ardis, and now FNS. No way, he finally falls. It's a 2-for-1 trade. A 4v3 now favorable, make it more. Crashies and some. Insurmountable odds against them, but Cowanzine in trouble. We'll get at least a tag onto him, I think. But he's still standing. Holding the way back through here. I don't know if Solon Crashes can find a way back into this. 2 on site to get past. They take the lead. Loud, back with the upper hand.
It's such a fast and furious exchange here in overtime, Lauren. Both teams throwing themselves on the line. Loud now with a chance to convert. On the back of Aspas, he's so sharp. Ardis repositions perfectly. Aspas just walks out of his own cloudburst.
See the smiles creeping onto the faces. Quickly to be refocused and wiped off because there is still a task at hand here. They are not clear yet. And Aspas will be once again noted.
The switch up here might even be isolated, yeah.
Counter flash, yes, but nothing to make of it. Sadak on the swing, it's messy, but he will get FNS. It's actually Crashes to find Sadak. This is a bit of a problem. It's a 4v3.
Counting?
What? Oh my God! How did he get 2 there? He's made it possible. It's a 2v2. You can ask no more of that man. But 2Es and less up against Som and Crashes. Som's angle. Oh my God,
he got spotted in the smoke.
He slipped away. He's kept his life though. But they're both on the site. They're both cornered here. They only know of one. 2Es looking for that jump spot, finds nothing. The smoke's keeping them somewhat hidden for now, and that time slipping away. They've got to get a move on. And the swing, the double swing is perfect. Oh my God, this game, it refuses to end. It keeps going. 15-15.
It's unbelievable.
I
talked about Loud being stretched to the limit by Gen G. Scrap that.
Cowanzine, man, how did he turn
Was
that?
he 1 HP? It's just insane. The heroics on display from both teams here.
The highs and lows of this game are second to none. There is no feeling like this either team. It takes one moment, one player to make that difference here. And they are so equally matched. And once again into the breach they go. Loud bring themselves to the moment here. Crashies, Som, waiting, pressure mounting. They're over by Sand already. They've taken a whole lot of space.
Crashes found the opener. Sadak will fall. Loud have to find a response here. They're sat behind these smokes right now.
They have no idea about FNS, and look at the rotations, they're all in. They put full faith in Ardis, and rightly so. He's holding down half of this map and surrounded, and the firing squad is called upon. It's Aspas gone. Oh, the follow-up flash is gorgeous. Good trade, but the numbers so favorable to NRG. This should be 16. Should be taking the lead. Les doesn't like that narrative. Oh my God, he's making it damn good. Oh my God, oh my God, what on earth is going on? FNS breathe a sigh of relief. There's still Tui's.
Got the spike.
40 seconds still as well.
If he gets the plant, he's got the orbital strike. Ardis reading this.
Yeah, he knows.
Can he catch him ahead of CT though? There's no smokes left for Tui's.
This is just bold. Tui's, hold your breath, try and make that cross.
Oh my god! He's so aware!
Out of nowhere from Tui's, and now a 1v1 and FNS is 4 HP. For the right place at the right time. FNS, get your gun out.
Oh
Tui's!
my word! What are these rounds?
You won't see anything like this again. We ask questions of these players. We put the unthinkable scenarios to them, and they are up to the test time and time again. Look at this.
Was that a 2v5?
It was either 2v5 or 2v4. But if you're an NRG fan, you are in pieces, Tui's. Come on.
We talked about him and Cowanzine having the potential to pull one of these rounds out, and Tui's still delivering them here.
Out of this world. Big info off the back of that knife, though. Normally just noting one, just noting Aspas, for example, but this time seeing a whole different look here.
The Loud dig a little deeper here. Tempered aggression here in A main. Only less to hold down the fort here. NRG should be able to navigate away from that setup.
Shouldn't have lost that last round. Seen crazier things happen in this series, Mike. And away we go, off to the races. Less. First fight lost. NRG are in. The site, by all rights now, should be pretty safe. We know it. Obviously, NRG do not. They still need to go through the list. But this retake, who's waiting? It's going to be Crashies. He could greet them before the expected angle. He tucks in. Oh my god, Ardis goes down, but it almost plays into the back. Do they still check? Yes, they do. Sadek, brilliant heads-up play. Storm is there to help him out, but actually, Crashies has fallen. Victor dives into effect, desperate to help him out, but backs away at the right time. Leaving just Tui's and Sadek to try and pull off again the unthinkable.
Still got a smoke. 24 HP here. Sadak has to lead the charge for Loud. NRG tucking in now.
Shot and a half, FNS, big work, safe pair of hands. Tui's at 24 HP, probably the death of him now. First player seen, second considered, we go again, Mike. Inseparable by all rights, we can't say it enough. 16-16.
We're in round 33.
I hope you didn't have plans for later, mate. Or having a voice, potentially.
I don't want to leave.
No,
I don't want it to
chain
end.
me to the desk. We'll keep going, I don't mind. Such violent delights between these two. Individuals out of character, step-ups from players. I mean, FNS has elevated beyond expectation. We've had on the other side less huge pop-off rounds. Tui's incredible clutches. It's had it all. And once again, we go back in.
Sadak here to plant the seeds. Now, 4 members of NRG this side. Aspas will get close to this trap. There's a big gap in the defense right now for NRG. They deal with the trap and they follow through it. FNS could be isolated here, Lauren.
Yeah, and he is mowed down into the blender. Sadak with a follow-up too.
And another.
Tell me where. Maybe straight through the smoke at this point. Looking for a response to Crashies. Not gifted one though. Time to be purchased on the plant. Good utility there. Crashies willing to dive in though, but the second round is going to hurt. It's going to chunk him down. That's fast. Huge round. Crashies the only one alive, barely breathing. The walking wounded. And now to be the walking dead. Les closes it down the account and gives once again Loud the advantage. Series points.
And the free first blood means there's so much utility for Loud to dump on that spike. One more shot to seal the deal here for Loud.
God.
What is that second?
Oh, that's unfortunate for Victor, isn't it, really? Feels
Rough
quite
scenes.
bad.
Rough scenes.
Oh my god, 16-17. This is something else to me. Deep breaths for NRG. And hold tight for Loud. 17 rounds by their name. The one that's so evasive is now, but the rotation, the timing on this is massive. Yes, he'll note the trap, but that's fine.
I think he's far enough away to updraft. I think he has.
Yes, he is quick to this, and they are sitting deep. Don't want to allow any of these picks to come in. Energy will probably get a plant from this, but they will not be safe in these deeper post plants.
Roll your minds back. A full 5v5 retake previously for Loud in this very situation.
The tension building, the plant comes in, and they question the discipline.
Tagged up heavily on the flank. He has to peel away.
He does. And that was meant to be a big factor here. Sadek, though, isolating Victor towards CT is massive. It opens up a way back in. Artist tries to give himself a little bit of a one-way to play with, but it's Som who's going to benefit as well. Less. Ooh, the timing! Crashes finds Sadek, and maybe it's all but done! Crashes and FNS, the last two alive! And they've got their work cut out to say the least. FNS, the timing ain't there, and it's over!
My God!
Loud have poured their hearts and souls into this game! The crowd is on their feet! The Brazilian hope is still alive!
What a series! What a close! Absolute madness! NRG giving it everything they had. So little to separate these teams today, Lauren.
Legend of El Clasico continues. These two teams providing some of the best Valorant you can ever see. NRG putting up a brilliant performance. But of course, the team we're here for right now is Loud.
Crashes and Artists trying their best. What a performance out of both of them. FNS stepping up towards the end of Fracture.
But look at that.
You can hear the reception here